What if I said I love you?
I'd laugh at your.
Who the fuck is Eric? She said that you're sick, and you'll never get with me as long as you live. What a pity, I beg my total sarcastic. Kick back, take a sip. Oh, she was pissed. Looks like you found you inside me. That mistake again. Give you one more try. This time to be different.
Let's start there. Who the fuck is Eric?
Oh, fuck, I forgot. I have to talk into a microphone that I hold. Damn it. Alright, I need to know who the fuck Eric is.
Eric's an idea. Eric's a feeling. No, I don't fucking know. We don't know who the fuck Eric is.
I mean, I think we were just kind of trying to come up with ideas for, like, a name, right? And we were, like, this was taking a long time. Like, we're talking, like, 5-6 months.
Not
Right.
5, 6.
No, yeah. From the time we started, like, last year, like, it was a significant amount of time. And then we kept throwing around our ideas. We at one point, we're going to be a Club Love.
Club Love.
That'd be really bad. But eventually we kind of, like, thought of, like, my buddy Eric, and right? And, like, he's brought it up. I'm like, And then we, like, took, because it's the saying online, right? But that's kind of funny. And it worked out.
I know, and that's I like the ambiguity.
Yeah.
Or the mystery. The mystery of it's
Mhm.
fun. The mysteries of it. I mean, I do have. If it's like for me, my guitar teacher was named Eric. So
Okay.
personally, maybe Eric's my guitar teacher. Maybe Eric's a cat.
Maybe Eric's the store in Dinkytown that sells skateboards.
Yeah.
I think Eric's whatever you want Eric to be. I
Exactly.
think that's who Eric is.
Mm-hmm.
But also, actually, it's also the skeleton that we kind of...
Okay,
have
shut
friends
up.
with.
Shut up. You made it win.
Oh, okay, fine.
I gave it away. Alright, so what... I guess... That's kind of the story of how you came up with the name, then.
Yeah, I guess I remember where we were. We were near dorm recording one of our songs. And we were just like, we experimented with this name. Like for 2 weeks, we were pretty good. And we realized that's pretty shit. We just hated the name after 2 weeks. And then I'm just like, we're just kind of talking. He's doing some recording things. I'm just talking with Liam, our guitarist. And I'm like, what about like my buddy Eric or something? He's like, oh, I kind of like that. And then we just, from there, we're just like, all right, let's try it for a week. And then,
But this guy is so picky. It took so long to get anything. Like, me and Liam would come in with, like, 4 or 5 ideas. He's like, nope. It was really funny. It was really funny. But, I mean, honestly, it turned out really well. So I'm really happy with it.
I was ready to throw in the towel too. I was like, I kind of like my buddy Eric, so done. I was like, I think we all were there.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
it's
we
just
need
done.
something.
Just get it out.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick in the end. I think the ambiguity, like, the fact that you don't really know who Eric is also, like, it's I don't know, something about it. Something about the name.
He's just always there.
Eric can be whenever you want it to be.
Yeah.
It's like whatever you want it. Yeah, whoever you want to be is Eric. Alright, so how'd you guys meet? I guess, like, how'd you get to the point where you eventually came up with a name? Before then.
Should I do it or should you?
I'll go me and Liam.
Okay,
And then, so me and Liam have been buddies since high school. We met in driver's ed. And I was just starting to play guitar, and I saw he had a Led Zeppelin hat on. So I'm like, oh, he's probably cool. And we just started talking, and like, you play guitar? Like, yeah. And we're like in that phase. We're just like, man, Eddie Van Halen's a shit. This, that, and the other. We're in our metal phase and all of that.
Funny, bro.
And then we go over once, we jam. We can't even drive. That's where we're in driver's ed. But my dad drives me to his house, and we jam for a little bit. And then we like kind of stopped talking for just like a month or two, and then we get back into it. And then we played in a band in high school. And he decided, he's like, hey, I'm going to the U. And I'm like, sweet, I'm staying here. So let's get another band going in college. Let's see if we can make it work.
Wait, so that's how That's how
That's
you and
how-
Liam met.
That's how me and
Yes.
Liam met. And then we were kind of jamming in his dorm room and just like exchanging what we wrote over the summer. And then
Should I just say it?
yeah, just yeah.
All right. So me and him go to the same church, right? And we met playing at Tinman Center, playing church for what?
Yeah.
It was really funny. And he came in, he was playing guitar, right? And I was playing bass and like doing a little bit of vocal stuff. And then we started getting talking. I mean, I look at AJ and I'm like, he must be doing something musically, right? So then I'm like, hey, like, tell me about yourself. Like, what are you doing? Like, and he starts going through all his things. Like, he is in a band, looking for people. I'm like, oh, like, I'm looking for a band. I'm looking for people too. Like, and we just talked after church for a while, and then eventually we were like, you know what? Like, what if you come over to my dorm sometime? Because I had a single dorm in the Comstock. It was terrible, but whatever. And then he came over, and we just like jammed and came up with ideas, and then yeah, and then also we you told me because you wanted a vocalist originally,
Yeah.
right? Because he's like, oh, I can't sing. This sucks, right?
Oh,
So then I'm like, sure, I can try to do vocals. So he gave me a few songs to try to like replicate, right? And then I came into Liam's dorm, and then I tried to do as best I could, and it was fine. But like, I mean, he's the vocalist, right? So eventually, like, I was like the vocalist for like, I don't know, 2 weeks or something. And like AJ had so many little critiques and things like, oh, you should try this, or oh, you should do this, like, you gotta sound like this. And I'm like, bro, I'll be honest, you just gotta go for it.
I'm
like,
an asshole.
and
I'm
I'm
a
like-
dick, I guess.
No, you're not though, because it turned out really well, you know. And like my voice is a lot more bright and kind of like annoying, and yours works really well with it. Your tone's great.
Yeah, I guess it was just the sound we were going.
No, exactly.
It was
So,
just yeah.
I mean, I don't regret it at all. I mean, I was the one who's like, you should sing. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't tell me. I was like, yeah, like, I think you should be the one to sing. And then that's how that all worked. So, I just think it was really funny how it all happened, though. Like, it was just...
Yeah, it's like I knew Liam, and then it's like second week of college. I meet a guy at church, and now we're
Mhm.
practicing in the Comstock practice rooms,
Practice rooms.
Yeah.
writing songs.
Yeah, it was,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, so you do vocals. Like you were the guy during the Who the Fuck is Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. How do you sound like that? You don't sound like that now.
I.
What?
Damn.
What do you do, man?
Give it to him, and he runs it through Melodyne. I guess no.
I do. No, but like...
We keep it pretty honest.
No, we
I'd
do,
say like
yeah.
it's a lot of people, even with As Seen on TV, like we have a demo version, like a bare bones demo, and that's not really run through any
Mhm.
editing too much. And they're like, "Are you singing?" Because like I showed it to my friend, he's like, "Yeah, the singer, he's good. I mean, sometimes he's a little pitchy, but like that sounds fine, you know, pretty standard for indie rock and stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, the singer fucking blows, right?" And he's like, "No, he's fine." I'm like, "Well, you know who his singer is?" He's like, "Who?" He's like, "Is that Liam?" I'm like, "No, it's me." He's like, "What?" They don't. No one knows it's me until I
Yeah.
tell them, which I don't really get. I hear myself.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't hear you at all. Like I don't envision you at all. I don't really envision anyone right now. but
Yeah,
it's not you.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, you know.
I mean, yeah.
But maybe it's me. I mean, maybe my talking voice is different than singing voice.
Oh, it's very different.
All right,
There you
I'll
go.
take your word for it.
Yeah.
Because I hear me, but I'm me. So
I think you guys, yeah, with Who the Fuck is Eric, you just had so many like good elements in it. Like a lot of just like little things that added to it perfectly. Like, it was really good.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Worked hard. This guy worked hard on it.
Yeah, I produce for like the band and such, and it's like I love to just go through and individually add a whole bunch of like the things you're talking about, just all the
Yeah.
little doodads and little things, and try to figure it out. Like I don't know, like some people might have noticed this, but like originally the chorus actually in Who the Fuck is Eric is actually different, right? We completely revamped the chorus. Right, because we weren't hitting the harmonies that we were trying to hit, and it sounded really bad live. Like honestly, that was what happened. Right.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, what can we do with this? So then we kind of came up with this other chorus, like which is what's currently in the song, right? And then we had this other melody that went over that, right? But like getting to there from the original song just took a long time, and it's just like I think over like the project I spent like 115 hours on it just in
Oh.
that file alone, right?
Holy,
And it's
okay.
like I was like coming here and like I mean, personally for me, like I'm an engineer, right? So like I would like come back from school and like working late until like 3 a.m. just working on this thing to try to get it to where I wanted it to be. But it's a lot of fun. Like I love doing that kind of stuff. So especially like all the voicemail stuff you see in there, like all the little effects and the distortions and everything. It's just I love it. So it's a lot of fun. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Like it sounds like a full production, which is incredible. Like
Thank you.
It sounds really good.
CNTV is pretty good. And
Mhm.
it's like, we're improving.
Yeah.
And that's going to be cool to see our next songs.
Yeah.
Just see the improvement in
And also-
songwriting, but also just production. It's
And
going to
also,
be fun.
I want to make it faster. Like it took me so long to do Who the Fuck's There. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of like
Yes.
I'm just saying that like originally like 150 hours, like yeah, it's like that's a lot of time, but I don't want to spend that much time on this stuff. Like for just the mixing and mastering, that's crazy. So I want to like really short it down. So I'm like have my own system and I have it all set up and getting people to come in and record and because like for Who the Fuck's Derek, we recorded live amps first. We for the other one we did direct in and then did amp sims. So it worked, but like we wanted like a more raw sound, and I think like it really worked out. Like you were really pushing for that, and I think it turned out way better. So. I mean, it all kind of happened. But like the next one we're gonna do is 1923. I don't know if you've been to a show, but
Spoilers.
it's one of our stupid ones.
Spoilers.
But dude, people
Whatever.
really really like it. So
well, yeah, I was like, spoilers, whatever.
spoilers, whatever. No, people know, bro.
No, they don't.
No, well, I can cut whatever you want.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, because I was thinking, yeah, if it took you, did it take you that long because you were kind of learning like along the way a lot, or?
Yes and no. I mean, I've been producing for a few years, but like I'm really getting into it now. Like I haven't posted anything on Spotify till I see it on TV, right? And then I posted 3 songs from them because I also did one on my own Spotify as well. So it's been a learning curve. So definitely a lot of it's learning, but like it's like little stuff. It's not like the basic stuff. It's more like how should this fit in like the EQ range, or like how should I like EQ a snare to make it sound good or something like that, or what's saturation and where should I put it? All this little doodad stuff. Like it's just like it's like that kind of stuff, you know. Just getting more into the art of it. So
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I was wondering as well, like you guys, what are your plans for the future with it here? Like do you have like an album planned? Do you have more singles planned that you're willing to talk about as well?
Yeah. we got right now the thing is get singles out. Just experiment with the sound of the band, see the reaction, see what we like, and then probably focus on a like bigger project. Realistically, like an EP, because albums are huge, and like we're college students, it's busy, you know.
Mhm.
So we'll see how it goes, but like immediate future, just singles out, you know.
and also trying to like get a lot of the songs we have right now, they don't really have like a cohesive kind of, they're kind of all over the place, right? So releasing singles kind of helps us figure out what people like and what we should do and everything in between there. And also a lot of bands now are just releasing straight singles, you know. And I kind of like that mentality about it too, because then like when you're done with it, you can just put it out there and you can see what people think, and they can work on the next one, put that one out, you know. And it's like it keeps people coming back too, which is nice. So we'll probably do that for the next few songs, and then we'll do more of a longer range project, just repeating what Avis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
That's
long
what happens.
form.
That's
long
what
form with
happens.
ages.
Thanks for the.
Of course, you know, I had to say it my own way, so I like it better, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I guess also because I don't think I've seen you guys play because I just met you guys when you
Yeah.
were there. I never saw
So
you
funny,
play.
too, yeah.
Are you playing any shows like coming up or?
Yeah, we have a show December 29th at Outtakes Bar and Grill.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, that's it's over in New Hope, Crystal area. I've been playing there since my high school band, so I'm familiar with the owners. And like we said, we played there before in the summer. So yeah, they asked for us back, and we're like, yeah, sure. So December 29th, you know, it's gonna be fun. They run a good stage.
It is
And for all the hiccups we did have with that first show and like sound check and stuff, they run a pretty good stage. Good atmosphere. It's like you get going, you get
And
going.
honestly, too, is like there was a lot of like people who came for like it was also Dalmatian Club who played the first time there, right? So that was a lot of fun, and there's a lot of people who came for us in Dalmatian Club, but there's also like a whole bunch of just like people at the bar too who just like listened to it, and that was like our release night for As Seen on TV, so we got a lot of extra streams from that too. So people like even some like the 40-year-olds who were just drinking at the bar like, what are you guys like? Can I look you guys up? And you know it was just kind of fun to see that happen. So
Yeah, definitely. It's amazing. Like a great example was last night. I don't know. Did you stay till the end?
Yeah.
Yes. It's just like how. I don't know, how like the bands are incredibly grateful for all the people that are there, and the people are incredibly grateful for the bands. Like this doesn't work unless both show up. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. And I hate I just hate when it's kind of lost, that disconnect between the artist and the listener of like, I mean, bands say, "Oh, we're so thankful," and they are, and it's like when I'm listening to a band, it's like, are you? But like, no, being a band, you actually every single fan counts. It's like, especially at a startup, it's like people who come in there like, you know, the bassist girlfriend, it's just like those people, the people will just consistently show up, and then it doesn't, you don't have a local scene without it. People are just enthusiastic about the community.
Yeah.
It's like I went that show. I usually don't go to shows like that. My first time at one, and it was like, it was awesome. I was there for community. I was there to have fun, listen to some music,
Yeah.
throw some elbows. But like, no, it was awesome. And it's like, it doesn't happen without them. It's like, it's awesome.
It really is. It's all about the community. For like everyone involved in it, it's about everybody else involved in it, which is just fucking incredible. Like, I don't know. It's just really cool to see even just people walking by off the street, walking in and paying $5 to just watch the show for an hour or two. Stuff like that. And then just like talking to all these venue owners, or like, you when you said like you played at a bar and people just at the bar hear you and then get involved in it. It's just crazy how much like networking and how easy it surprisingly is. I don't know. I've met so many bands that are starting now, and it's like, it's just amazing how much is out there. And
The problem is though is that there is a ton of bands, right? So everyone is trying to get at like what that is, the networking and connecting and learning more and meeting people and getting their music out there and showing people. But the thing is there's just so many. Like the competition is so strong for like all these bands, especially in like the university area. Like there is, I don't even know. I keep looking at Instagram and seeing these shows, and there's like a new band I don't know about, and I look them up when I see how they are. Or there's another thing like, okay, and then I look them up, and it's just like, and it's a huge community. Everything around you.
I think that's what makes it good, though.
Absolutely.
Of like, you have, and it's like, yeah, it's a competition, but it's like we're all helping each other try to get there.
Like,
at least get on our feet. It's like, I haven't really met anyone who's blown me off or anything, even if they're not really interested in what I'm doing. It's like they've been nice. Everyone listens. It's like, and having that strong thing, like, hey, we were talking about this back at home. We were just like, it's just good. We're just trying to play music, man. Right? We're trying to say what we got to say. We're all trying to we'd love to all be successful. We know it all can't happen, but it's like, big picture, trying to play music, trying to make an experience. It's awesome,
Yeah. I think it really is like, I don't see it as a really competition between bands at all, because a band is it's like you're building your own community. So, I mean, people, like, they might like you and another band that sounds like you, but they like you. And that's the thing. It's not like they just like you and they don't like this other band that sounds like you. They're going to like the whole ass genre.
Yeah.
They're going to fit in it perfectly.
And both you guys work together. Like, that's how you can put together bills and everything. Like, finding everyone that works with you.
Yeah. And then when they mix, it's like a big hug. It works. If everyone's nice, it's just like a big hug.
No, true, no.
And then, oh, hey, you want to get in this? Yeah, come on.
That's so ain't no way.
It's amazing how like inviting like that community is, just overall, like just all the music community, all the house venues.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't been to a couple yet that I still need to go to, but I'm gonna assume they're nice. So far everyone's been amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm just some guy who showed up one day and started talking with people.
Exactly, and that's how it's everyone. It's people made. It's people show up, people who play, guys like you. It's like, you need it all. It's an ecosystem, and it's like, I mean, even in the like mosh pit, you just like, you look at people's faces, everyone's smiling. It's like everyone's just here for a good time, man. It's like we're here for a reason. We like it. We like it.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I guess there's also, I've been trying to figure out. I know that like, how there's so many bands. There's a lot of venues too. Surprisingly, you just kind of hear about them every once in a while, and there's another one. but it all still feels so like disconnected. We're like, again, well, like I'll mention a bunch of bands to you guys, and then you'll mention a bunch to me, and we both know none of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the fuck did that happen? There's so many. And I'm just, like, that's kind of what I'm trying to do here, is just find a spot where people can
Connect.
go and find, like, connect, find all the different, like, just find, you can find an episode on all the different bands. And, like, you can just know about every band, a bunch of shows. I'm trying to get it more towards a platform where people can figure out where they're going to go that weekend and know where they're going to go and find new artists and find people through my advertising.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Well, and that's using the like digital media to its fullest extent. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like 10 years ago, it wasn't like that. You know, it's flyers.
Yeah.
We'd be in the cold putting up flyers, but now you just kind of from your bed, hey, we have a show now, and then people show up.
Yep.
It's awesome, and you can, again, with this access to it, you get a million people who are playing and performing, but it's like, yeah, it's huge, and having something like this is really awesome for people in bands and people out of them. Yeah.
Definitely. I think, like, right now the biggest clientele is your fans will watch this episode, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
My mom.
yeah, your mom.
dad.
No.
My mom, too.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's so nice. So that's so nice.
But I'm hoping eventually it gets to a point where it's just anybody who's interested, like, they'll click on an episode just because they're interested in it. And that's, we'll get
Be
there.
able to check out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to get in the scene, you know?
Yeah.
People moving here, coming here.
It's really not that hard. Like Pull String said, you just gotta show up and say hello.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what it took me maybe a month of fucking doing this before any of my friends actually showed up to a show with me. So I just went alone to a bunch of them, okay?
Mhm.
Finally got one to go. They're hooked. Like, they want to go to every show in the future. Like, once you go and you stay, like, remember, you gotta stay for a little while. Don't just watch the first band or two.
Yeah.
You gotta watch at least the third, if not the final one. Like, the last one's the best one. That's the whole point.
Yeah, exactly.
So you stay till the end, the first time you go, and I promise you, you're gonna want to go back in the future. Like, it's that simple. You just gotta show up, say hello, give somebody $5-10.
Mhm.
I mean,
And that money goes to a good place too, though. It's just like everything about it just works.
yeah, and it keeps people rolling, keeps the venues rolling. I mean, you saw the guy I was with. It's one of my best friends. He never comes to this stuff. And I
Yeah.
dragged him along,
Yeah.
and he was like a little out of his element. But at the end, right, we're both in it, and he like in the car, he's like, "Dude, we are going back." He's like, "I'm all for house shows now." Like that was, I didn't know you could just do that. I'm like, yeah, it's awesome.
And I think I spent a lot of time in college in an apartment with a JBL speaker playing Spotify and a bunch of people just drinking and, you know, standing there. Like, not a very fun time.
Mm.
You go to a fucking show, they're like, I don't know, it's like college parties with the JBL speaker and all that, nothing. Nothing compared to even just one house show. I went to one house show, blew my fucking mind, and like compared to any other party I've ever been to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's so much better. You can make eye contact with somebody and then just start talking to them.
Yeah.
Like, just say hi.
Yeah.
And that happens all the time. It happens to me, and it happens when I do it to people too.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wants to like talk and make friends, and it's a really inviting environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're going in with a purpose too. Like you're going in like no matter what. Okay, yeah, maybe I drink, maybe I do this, but it's like there's gonna be music. That's the thing.
Yes.
At those, you know, kind of dorm parties or even frat parties, it's like, well, what's the goal here? Like,
Mill around.
Yeah.
yeah, get fucked up. Okay, sweet.
Like, pray to God you get laid.
Yeah, exactly. It's like one of those, but this
Right.
like at the end of the night, I'm completely sober. I'm not going home with anyone. I saw a good band.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's a win, and it's a win.
Yeah, you saw a good band, took good pictures.
Yeah.
Like, that is the joy of the shows, is that it provides the opportunity to talk with people and, like, you know, network, but there's also something to pay attention to the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if you do just want to, like, some people sit in the pit for the entire time. And, you know, don't say a word and just, like, cause chaos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people, you know, they sit outside the entire time. They're not even listening to the show, but they're just there talking with people and hanging out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's amazing.
It's great.
It's amazing.
We're hooked.
I know.
We're hooked.
Yeah.
We're hooked.
I know. I have a lot of dreams here. Okay, over at MisMatched.Socks. One of which is I want to see like the return of rock stars. I think. Well, I was watching David Gilmour and play, and I was just like watching it and thinking how fucking like it's even like just when I'm watching house shows too. It's so much cooler than just a beat and some guy talking over it or even singing over it. Like it's so much better than a pre-recorded audio track. Like these people are trained. They've like spent tons of time learning their instrument. They've gotten so good at this for you to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something more like magical about the experience to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like the passion showing through, Because if no one cared about it, like the musicians or anyone, then it's like, why even there, right? Why are the people even listening if no one cares about it, right? But because they put in all this time, like, I'm just agreeing with you. It's really cool. It's a really special thing. I really like it.
I also think, like, it's the passion, and it's, like, there's a lot more work that goes into it. Like, you've trained, these 4 or 5 guys to play these songs and play them perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you're just, like, an artist that... There's artists out there that just pay somebody for the beat and then make their song, and then there you go. Like, that's not as much work. Not nearly as much. I don't know. Something about just being an actual band is so inspiring and so cool.
Mm-hmm. Especially like nowadays too. It's like there's so many individual like people doing their own thing, and that's great. And I'm glad there's like there's a reason and able for them to like release their music into the world, right? But also like it's not the same thing as a band, and that's completely fine. They can both work together, but it's like it's cool to see a group of people come together to create something. That's more than yourself. Right.
Exactly. I mean, dude, how much harder is it for us to agree, but then the whole band to agree, and then when it sinks in, it's beautiful. It's a team, and like, I mean, that's why my favorite musicians are in a band, because it's like this isn't just one guy saying this. This is a group of individuals saying this, and it's like he's not alone saying it. She's not alone saying it, and you're not alone saying it. It's like, community, you're with someone, we're with you, it's cool.
You can't really get that in any other format. It's just like everyone going together to come with a goal with it. It's really, really cool.
And even solo artists have their they have their people that they can't. The solo artist doesn't, they're not really solo. Like they need people to play with, they have producers, all this stuff. So I imagine they get that just in a different form.
Yeah
for sure. I guess like an example is you'll have like an artist where normally most of their music is produced, I guess, like electronically in a way, but then they'll do a tiny desk concert, and you'll hear it in the instrument form, and in some ways that sounds so much better to me.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's so beautiful. It's just amazing, people playing instruments. I don't know where that got lost in our little path here as people, but I think it's going to return for a couple of reasons. Is one, they've made it so easy now to buy a guitar and get good at it.
Yep.
Or, I guess, guitar is getting a little flooded out there. Learn bass. Go learn bass.
Drums. Learn drums,
Learn
please.
drums.
Yeah,
we need more drummers.
Show up. You can go in any.
Well, if you
Like,
are good at drums.
I play drums. Okay, here you go.
You're right, dude. Our drummers are overworked. I know the guy from Linus and or from Mold and all that. That drummer plays in all those bands, and then I know Daniel from Civil Decline plays in like 4 fucking bands as well.
Yep, I went first last year. I was going around house shows, even concerts. I was like at the Backseat Lovers concert. Anyone who looked like a musician or just anyone, I'm like, do you play drums or know someone who plays drums? I'm trying to start a band, And
God.
they're like, my cousin does, but he lives in Hudson, Wisconsin. I'm like, bro, okay.
Oh. I know our drummers are overworked and our bassists are understocked. Nobody can find a bassist anymore.
Dude, I didn't even I played bass, but I didn't play bass.
And you make the guitarist play bass, and he's all pissed off.
No, but the 5-string keeps me happy. So
Exactly.
It's fine. No, bro. If you like, I remember one time you said this, but like when I'm playing stuff, you're like, I have no idea what's happening in the bit. Like you're just like doing your thing, singing and playing along, and I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm doing sometimes, bro. It's just I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, I
you know?
let you entertain yourself in the corner.
I really
I'm
do,
just
and
like,
I don't. It's really weird sometimes. I'm like slapping and doing some other stuff. It's just fun, you know.
Yeah, I think because it's become so easy to start learning an instrument now and cheaper as well. It's like there's just a big blow up of people doing it first of all, and then posting it online in some way. I think the biggest thing I see though is I see a lot of individual like I play guitar and posting on TikTok. I want to see more like. I guess, but that then leads to a band happening at some point sooner rather than later. I feel like a lot of the individual guitar play that's flooded. That's a flooded market. There's so many TikToks of just somebody showing off whatever new song they made in their room with FL Studio. Yeah. But when you start getting a band together, oh my god, I love it.
It's so much cooler. It's so, like, that's kind of like the influencer syndrome in this society. It's like we all want to be this thing, and you know. But it's like, again, you're on TikTok or Instagram and you just see a group of people doing it. It's just like, oh my gosh. No backing track. It's like, you guys are all doing that together.
Yeah.
It's like, they are the backing track. You know, it's awesome. It's awesome.
They are the trending audio.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, humans made that? We're capable?
Real.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing just kind of everything that's happening with the scene. Here's one big dream, all right? The biggest of dreams I have. And I'll probably have to make a lot of money before this is ever possible. Maybe it will never happen. But you guys know how there's just this big problem with, you know, musicians not getting paid very well from, you know, Spotify or other streaming services. I want to figure out a way to solve that. And an example is with comedy. And specifically Joe Rogan's comedy club, the Comedy Mothership. Because Rogan owns it and he makes enough money through other shit, 80% of the money that's made by the club goes directly back to the comedians. The extra 20% is just running costs. Because Rogan doesn't need any profit from it, so he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of something that if I can make enough money at some point in my life or from other sources than a streaming service, I could set up a streaming service where the majority goes back to artists.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's guys like Rogan need to happen for any like real change, because he had these corporate guys running it. It's like, no, you have to have someone who loves the community, who loves what they do.
Yeah.
And is okay with not getting paid.
And here's the thing, but because the world is the world, they need money to do it.
Yeah.
So you get a big guy like that, it makes a difference. It really does.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is just, you know, the fact that he doesn't need the money from it, so he's able to put so much back into it, and that's just kind of the goal here too. If I can get this big enough where I don't need the money from a streaming service, but I can set it up for bands, huge.
Yeah.
Because you love what you do, and he loves what he does. It's like there's no, you know, do the corporate people do? Maybe it might just be their job. There's a difference between loving it and it being your job.
You could also just be, you know, the son of the CEO, and now you're the CEO, and it's not like you manage anything because everybody else does it anyway.
Yeah,
you just get all the money, and it's...
Yeah.
But also, like, I like the idea of, like, trying to get more out to the artists, because people spend so much time on these things, you know? Like, I mean, personally, I spend so much time on this stuff, and for more people to see it, or even getting paid for, like, I'm not expecting to get any money from any of the songs I'm putting out there, right? But I love doing it, right? And if you like what the product is, giving people the money to keep doing it so they don't have to have, like, a day job, then they can just fully focus on their art, then that's the dream right there.
Yes, you
that
know?
is
the key.
And if you can figure out a way how to give that to a ton of different people, you can get a lot of cool art of anything of what people want, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone has something different they want to make too. I mean, you went to that house show, like you guys talking about, it's completely different than the other house shows you've been to too. It's everyone has a different idea of what music could be, and letting them show that is beautiful. It's really cool.
You're right. There's a huge difference between the Lighter Co. show and the show last night.
Yeah.
Drastic difference.
And it was like, I didn't know what to expect, but it wasn't that, you know.
Both were beautiful.
Oh, both were beautiful.
Yeah.
Both were phenomenal.
Yeah.
I want to go back. And but yeah, back to this, like, bands they're not making really money off their you know, I mean, tour is just an option to sell merch. Like, that's you know.
Mhm.
And that's example, like the music isn't making money, their merch businesses, you know, and then occasionally like you get enough, you're getting some check from Spotify. But it's
even,
like
dude, the chicks, it's just
exactly, that's the thing. So it is a weird thing where you have to have inside the band your own day job, like a clothing company essentially,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
to make your money.
Well,
I mean, like even
yeah.
that, it's like the stuff to manage. Like even my buddy Eric is like, the actual music part is like maybe 25%. Because like maybe not that much, right? It's like more probably like 50-50. It's like getting the music, finding the venues. It's like meeting people, marketing, getting the merch, getting logos,
Yep.
talking to artists, doing these things. You know, going to shows. Like it's the whole thing. And like it engulfs your life. I love it. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I'm glad I can look up from some homework I'm doing and like, oh, we got a show, and I can text someone and figure that out. It's just it's a cool place to be.
Like yeah, you can write like songs in your basement all day and never show them anywhere. But you want to get out there, you want people to hear you. That's where it becomes
Yes.
a project.
And that's kind of what this is kind of segueing off of your point earlier about how bands just want to make music.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of what I try to do here with my like merchandise store. You know, obviously that's getting started, but with my merchandise store as well as with the podcast and just all the pictures I take and everything, is that it provides all that stuff for the bands without them really having to pay to get it going. It's actually all free. Like, it's free to be on this podcast. It's free to put your merchandise on my store. I just take a cut in the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's free to, like, have me take pictures and post them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It costs money for me to edit them because that takes my time. But, like, it's all free as of now, at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's all free, and I wanted to make it really easy for some, like, just a band where, like, it's just gonna be, like, it could just be two guys.
Mm-hmm.
And they can just sign up and get all the services from me, and they don't have to do all that stuff. So that if their band doesn't work out, that's all right. They didn't have to spend a bunch of time setting up, you know, an LLC or something fancy too, or like getting really in depth with it.
We have an LLC.
Oh, you do?
We are a company.
Oh, cool. You guys in Pole String. You're both.
Yeah, we're my buddy Eric LLC. I'm an owner.
Really?
Yeah, Dad, I own a company at 19.
So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, you have a band card and all that, right? Or like you have, I guess, like a tied account to it.
So we actually have to get off our ass and do more, like, because it was to get on radio, you have to be a company, technically.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
It's a weird thing. Then you have to sign up with a distributor, but
Yeah.
not like DistroKid. It's like
a radio distributor.
yeah, so they can legally put, because they're gonna pay you, right? Probably not a lot, but they're like, well, we have to give you royalties legally. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
that's how you have to, and then you have to be signed up with a business and all that. So, you know,
Yeah.
by default,
Yeah.
My
we're,
buddy
we're a
Eric.
company.
we're a company.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I just try and I'm still, you know, everything is a work in progress every day, but just trying to take as much of that managerial stuff kind of not away from the artists. I want them to be involved in it, but I want to kind of provide them with like the ability, like I want to give them more time so they can create. That's all I'm trying to fucking do.
Exactly.
You're trying to like streamline the process so they can just focus on making
Yes.
the art.
Especially when you're just a starting band too. Like
Mhm.
being a starting band where like you maybe have one or two songs, but you're able to have a merchandise store and some advertising up within a week,
Mhm.
like after your first show. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like that's a big deal, and that's really helpful to getting anybody started.
No, absolutely. I mean, even us, like we've only been playing for the summer, and we're like just trying now to get merch out. You know?
Yeah.
And that's taking some time. So.
Yeah, that's even. Well, we just bought a PA system, so those are all our funds.
Yeah.
It's like that's the thing, but
In debt to me.
in debt to you. Yeah, you've been embezzling.
I have been
That's
embezzling.
not you.
Hey, I repaid it.
Yeah, take some money from the My Buddy Eric fund to get cans.
Yeah, hey, you know. It's funny
That's
though.
funny.
Yeah, I mean, you got every once in a while. You got to pay back. You got to pay back. You know, not endorsing embezzling, but you know.
See, that's a cool new venue that popped up.
Yeah. they're-
Como Crib's awesome.
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah.
that too. Huh? That's cool.
Yeah, it's really like big garage, by the way, like a lot of space, and then it's set up in the center.
That's new. That was new this time. And then I suggested last night to the owner, you know the wall with the cubbies?
Yeah.
What if it was a horseshoe around that so that people could come in the door and work their way around the back to like the sides of the horseshoe?
Yeah.
Rather than like, because currently you'd walk in the door and there was no way you'd be getting over here.
Yeah.
There's just no way you'd be able to work your way to get away from the pit or something, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see if they try that. But that was actually an idea, as far as I know. I'll talk to them on the podcast about it. But I'm pretty sure that was like Linus, Mold, and all them. That's how they've played before. Because I've seen them play at Como Backdoor. They always play with their backs to the audience.
Yeah.
And then, like, it provides some really good shots of, like, the pit being, like, moshing right behind the guitarist.
Yeah.
I don't take a step out of their book there. See if you guys can set up something like that sometime.
Yeah, no, that's well, we did set up our own house show in the summer.
Yeah.
Called Eric's House. You know, fun little thing.
No, it was awesome. Like
it
it was.
was-
I mean, we had a whole bunch of. My dad was a DJ in his college, and he had a whole bunch of these lights. So we had all these like really old lights set up, and it was a lot of fun. Like we had strobes going, and other things. And,
Oh god.
I mean, this is the first time we like really did like a show with Dalmatian Club.
That's probably the most fun I've had almost ever.
Mhm.
It's like set that process because like we went there a week early, cleaned out the basement, like kind of mocked up where the things were gonna be with the lights, and then we had like a dress rehearsal
Yeah,
for
and
like
like
the lights
dry
and
run,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
everything,
and it was just so fun. And then it all comes together the next day,
Yeah.
and it's like this
And it
basement's
worked.
packed.
Yeah.
This basement's packed.
And
Nice.
even though there was only like there was like probably 50, 60 people there, but it was a very small space.
it was tiny.
So it felt like it was like a million people
Yeah.
there.
It was awesome, and and then you have like I think it was even cooler when the other bands were playing.
Oh yeah.
Because you're
dude.
just like, wow, we have nothing really. We just provide a space, and then the community, right? We're talking about fills it
Yes.
in. If you build it, they will come.
Real.
And it was awesome. It was so
Yes.
cool. It was so cool to be a part of that, to run it.
I talked with A-Ray, the kind of the main leader of Como Crib,
Mhm.
and all she did was just have a garage. They don't have a PA system or anything. Like, the bands do all the audio themselves. Like, she said it's incredibly easy. She literally just has a garage, and people text her and pretty much plan out the shows. Like, she just says what days are available, and then all the bands text her. Which is, like, it's incredible. You don't really have to do anything as a venue owner. You are providing just a space. And then you just get to
Yeah.
hang out, have fun, make a little money,
Mhm.
Yeah.
meet some bands.
I mean, hopefully next year, like, if I want to try to rent out a house in like Dinkytown or Como for my living situation, and if we can get a venue going there, that'd be so fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with just like fixing it up and doing different things with it, and getting permanent lights and sound system and all that stuff. Like, I love nerding out about that stuff. Like,
Yes.
that's gonna be so fun to go in and do.
I'm really excited. I'm hoping to work with Como Backdoor when it switches owners to webcam the entire thing and live
Yeah.
stream it.
Oh,
But tonight, dude, they have, as far as I understand, this might have changed, but as far as I understand tonight, they've got, I think Bailey's the audio engineer this time.
Mhm.
Might be Sean, but one of those two. And then they have their lighting guy there this time. So all the fancy lighting, like from
Yeah.
Lighter Co., will be
Yeah.
happening. Because they haven't had that for about a month now. It's just been like their little fairy lights.
Yeah.
Not good enough. Like, dude, the Lighter Co. lighting, fucking amazing. Like, I love,
Awesome.
like, god damn.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a real production tonight. Like, it's the full everything Como Backdoor can do, as far as I understand. So that's just awesome.
Como Backdoor is like a little 7th Street. It is so, like,
Yeah.
the stage, the setup. I walked in there, I'm
Dude,
like,
it's a big
dude, we
place.
went out, and I'm
It-
like, holy fuck. Like, this is awesome. They have, like, a little, like, 2 tables, like a
Yeah.
merch one.
Tons of space. Tons of space for all the band equipment, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like that is made for a venue, and I really hope when they switch owners, it's gonna stay like that and
yeah.
keep its like glory. Because
Yeah.
man, that is awesome.
You know, it's been going like 10 years.
Yeah,
right?
has it really?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
that's
been a
just
long
me
time.
new to it, I guess.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They had a
Yeah.
little hiatus, I think, like COVID year or something.
Yeah,
No, a lot of things did.
yeah. The world did.
I need to talk to Henry, and if you're listening to this, we'll talk to this at some point. I'll gladly go and clean up your goddamn basement and deal with all the wiring and bullshit. Cause like, there's also all this band equipment that's just left there that's in the way of all the bands that are bringing in their equipment. Like that basement is just, it's never changed between sets. It's the
Yeah.
night, after the show's over, it stays in its position until the next show.
Yeah,
Maybe Daniel goes and plays drums downstairs, but that's about it.
yeah,
So I'm interested in like just I want to take multiple different venues. For example, like your guys later too. And like I love that shit. I love
Yeah.
all the logistics of how the show's going to actually be put together. The lighting guy, the video guy, the audio guy.
Or even like some of like the little stuff like water and getting that to people and like
Yes.
the airflow, like make sure it's not hot as hell, you
You're
know.
right.
Like those things are really important as well.
That's why Eric's house was such a fun experience. I'm like, we are looking through this as like venue owners, right? Or like people managing it, the logistics. And it was just awesome, like getting it out there, having again traffic flow.
Yeah. Trying to get the airflow. Like I was pointing the fans out the
Yeah.
stairs so the hot air would go out, you know?
And we-
things like that, like little
Smart.
things like that. It's fun. Like, and I don't know, I love that kind
And
of
we
stuff.
had a really cool system because there was no space for band equipment. We had a corner essentially blocked off by a chair, and so we just got everyone out into the yard in between sets.
So we could
Yes.
And we had a speaker out there. It was sweet. People smoked. All that stuff. And it was like, but yeah, and then it was empty. Sweet. Band got their thing, and then right away,
brought everyone back in.
people came back in. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Worked really well. And then the last set, I was like, oh shit, I have to play in a band.
Yeah.
I was
that
just-
was so fun. though.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was a good
yeah.
time. It was a good show.
I think it's probably pretty fun to be a venue owner too, because you get to kind of pick how you want to do things. For example, you can give out free water. You don't have to charge $8 for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like
for real.
$4 fucking dollars or whatever.
You can have a cover, you can run beer,
Yeah.
merch stands,
Yeah.
like Pink Place has like a market at their shows.
They have like a
Yeah.
barbecue.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff every
dude,
time.
yeah, they have
It's
food.
gas, yeah.
There's like the one we went to.
Mhm.
There was like 4 or 5 little kiosks, I guess.
Actually, I saw the same one actually at Going Back Door, and I talked to the lady there. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, exactly.
She got,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
all the different areas
And
around.
it was
Oh,
sweet. It's like
Nom
awesome.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, so it's awesome.
Yeah, I love I've never been to Pink Place. I know that they're not happening right now,
Yeah, you
but
can't. They're outside, so yeah.
I know. But eventually, I'm excited to go and check out all
Let's
that.
go. It'll be sweet.
Yeah,
Hopefully
yeah.
we're playing.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope, bro.
That'll
Definitely.
be awesome.
Hell yeah.
We gotta come to one of our shows, though, bro. Yeah, see us,
Give
bro.
them time.
I
We
know.
have like no show.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, okay. I mean, we're at least doing Battle of the Bands, which is cool.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we gotta announce that, like, officially. But
We'll
we'll
get
do it
there.
later.
We'll
But
get
like,
there.
it's just I think just finding shows too is like these house things too. Like they're great, right? But like getting into the environment and really like scheduling, getting it all together is like it can be difficult too. Especially like for our band, like we got 4 people all doing different things.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get everyone's schedule to line up. Like I've created like a little Google sheet to like make sure everyone like when we're available when we're not, and it's like just trying to get the all logistic part of it. It's tough, but when it all lines up, it's great. So. It's just like right now we're kind of a little bit of a show hiatus, but we got one on December 29th, like you were saying, we were telling you, so that should be good. We just gotta play more, man. Like I want to play more.
Oh yeah, we will. Don't worry. And we got stuff coming up in 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. I mean, we're now getting the wheels going on this thing. We're getting the band moving. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is like our really first year of functioning. So it's like it's good that we're like meeting people and talking things and like I mean we've talked to like we have shows coming up, but it's like 4 or 5 months out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like these house like venues are booked out so far. You
Yeah.
know, and it's just like well we can come have you in April, and I'm like it's something right.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but April's still a long way away from now, you know?
Well, get
So-
in the books, and then by the time you get there, you'll be so much better than when they booked you.
Exactly,
Absolutely,
and that's a benefit of it. I like scheduling
Yeah.
far out because now you have time. We know like this. We have a lot of time to prepare for this outtake show,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like it's gonna be a fucking good set.
Yeah,
We're
it is going to be.
We're running the set. Where it's like we know what we're gonna say. Where it's like we know exactly what's gonna happen. It's not like oh, can you play in 3 days? You know, it's nice.
Yeah.
We got a schedule.
Also, we got like 2 new songs too. Like we've been keeping pretty consistent with the songs we've been playing for like the last few shows, but now we got some new ones, so that's good. Happy about that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I basically have a friend in St. Cloud that has a lot of parties and stuff, and like,
Mhm.
see, it's never that great up there, because again, it's a speaker, playing 808s. That just comes in my head a lot recently. 808s. I'm having mixed feelings about them suddenly.
Yeah.
But just a speaker playing 808s for however many hours, and it just is not really fun. I'm not just convincing him. I'm forcing him to bring live music up there sometimes. So
We will play.
What?
We will play.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. We will do it.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna like that's the thing with kind of all these venues and stuff. Even like Como Backdoor tonight, they had somebody drop out, but I think somebody else hopped in.
Mhm.
Yep.
But I was kind of looking around too to see if I could find somebody to hop in as well.
Mhm.
Like it's just I love connecting people. So if I can connect bands to venues and shows, beautiful, fucking beautiful. Because then I get a reason to go and see you, so that then I can talk about you on the podcast.
Exactly.
Polstring is the only person I have recorded that I've actually seen live.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess coming up, just a little. I don't know. I'll plug this anyway. Coming up. We've got. Fuck. What's the order? The order is. Alright. Ignore the order, but we've got Big Delicious, Nothing But Nice, and Nice and Blue. Yeah. Those
Alright.
three. So
Alright.
those recorded soon.
I think we're playing with Nothing But Nice next year. 6 years out, we're playing with them. We got a show booked out.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're in a similar position as you, where they've got like 2 songs.
Yeah.
And that's where they're at right now, but they're really passionate about
You
it.
just gotta roll with it. This
Yeah.
is a time, it's gig life, you're just getting your teeth kicked in, but
Yeah.
there's a beauty in it, it's kind of fun. You gotta be scrappy.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's why like the production part of it. Like, we're not paying something for it. Like, I'm just doing it.
We're
Yes.
losing money.
We are.
We're losing time, we're losing money,
Be scrappy about it, get it done. Go to the next one, learn what you can, and go to the next one.
Exactly.
And it's
Yeah.
like, I just wish we could get more of our songs out, but it'll take time. But it's good.
Yeah. Okay. So you both go to college right now. Or you're a full band of college students,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Like many that I've met.
Mm-hmm.
How do people even pull that off to start? Like is that I guess kind of probably what I'm thinking is that you all have just years of instrument experience before you all meet and get involved. So that's not too big of an issue as training people to be good at the instrument.
Mm-hmm.
But just how does that all operate with how busy you guys are?
Jared's more of a college student than me. Yeah.
Alright.
I'm at a tech school right now, so I'm like half working.
Wait, where are you?
I'm at Dunwoody.
Yeah, I went to Dunwoody.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, what is it? Automotive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's like, I mean, my days are spent in a shop, and then I go home. There's really not much like college part of it,
Yeah. No, Dunwoody is really like. I don't even know. It's just like you're just learning what you're gonna do. Like you're pretty much doing what you're just gonna do in the actual field, no matter what degree you go for.
Then
there.
you graduate, then you do it. You know. So
Mhm.
I think let Jared take that one.
Well, I think like right now I'm doing industrial engineering, right? So I mean, it's not a super busy degree, but also like there's a lot of things going on in it. And on top of it too, it's like I can't really do anything else than what I'm doing right now. It's like band, school, and then just like trying to keep up all the relationships in my life to make sure everything's okay, And it's just like, I don't know. You just kind of have to work late hours if you have to, or get homework done, or just make it work. Find people in your classes that like can help you get stuff done, and also like with the band stuff as well. Just like finding people who can also help with the time commitment as well. It's like he's doing he's not like doing the full college life thing, so like he's helped a lot with like all the scheduling and the talking to people and the Instagram and other things like that.
Yeah.
Too. So it's like it's a team effort, So it doesn't all rely on one person. So that's good. Just breaking up as much as you can, I guess. But I mean, there's been some pretty bad weeks where I'm like literally like I get done at class at like 4 and then I work on the song and then I go to the gym and I go to bed and that's literally all I do. Like there's like no free time, nothing I can do. It's just but I mean, I don't know. I really like the hustle though. It's fun. It gives me a sense of purpose, I guess. Even if it's tiring, I love doing it. So
yeah, you definitely enjoy it. You got the energy for it too. You seem like you can just keep going and going and going until it's done, and then you're yeah.
It's frustrating though. It's like scheduling is tough because like you can't. It's not like your day job where it's like, well, we got a show 3 weeks out. Can you just take the week off of work? It's like, no, this is a final exam. It's like I'm paying for this, right? My parents are paying, whatever it is. It's like no, school kind of takes this different priority.
Yeah.
And it's like working around that. It's like just gotta keep reminding myself it won't be forever, but it's frustrating.
Yeah.
And it's just like some people, it is their job. They're out of school and they're like, well, I just kind of work and then the band. You know. and they get a little more time. But now it's
Absolutely.
like you're juggling things.
But I mean, again, I love it. It's fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot of oh, where's I going? Yeah, I think that's kind of the benefit that I found from Dunwoody as well. It's not just like how much kind of free time you have when you're there, because like your entire day is spent doing what you're gonna do, so you don't really have much homework. Like they're pretty, at least in graphic design, they didn't have much homework.
Yeah.
Or tests and things. But it is also really great because I went for a 2-year program, and then you get out and like everybody else is still in college dealing with like how stressful it is to be in college. Because you have school and everything that comes with that, and then your entire life on top of that. And you're trying to figure this all out after you're already doing it for, 12 years or whatever in high school. And now you're trying to live on your own too,
Yeah.
It's chaos, but just doing that 2-year degree, I think I've learned more since I left Dunwoody than I did at Dunwoody.
Yeah.
But what Dunwoody really taught me is just how to build a brand and a portfolio for yourself. Like, I feel like even in automotive, you're almost like, you're building your own skills and what you can show your employer. And that's, like, I guess in graphic design, that's brought even higher because we're literally building brands.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just like the act of building your own almost internal portfolio because of working at Dunwoody. Like when you leave Dunwoody, you have pictures and examples of everything you did there to show your employer that you can actually do it. You don't just have a degree that you can hand them. You also just don't know a bunch of general bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm getting on a Dunwoody rant, but just,
Shout out Dunwoody. It is a great school. I mean, I love it,
Yeah. I mean, you see, my philosophy when I got out of high school was, I could either, waste 4 years. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I was like, waste 4 years or 2. I was like, all right, let's try graphic design and do 2 years. Turns out I liked it. So, now we're here.
Yeah. And then you get to that point, it's like, was it really a waste? Yeah, exactly. That's what life is, just experiencing things.
Yeah, I also think it's just the trades in general people should go into more. Like,
yeah.
it's just, people are just, like, all going to college and getting
Hit the oil rig.
No. Get me in there. Put me in the coal mine.
Start welding.
No, it's just, like, everyone, like, people go to college, and I don't know why you're going to college, bro. Like, just, it's okay to get a job out of school, And even though, like, people should not be, like, ashamed to do that, And especially, like, more trade stuff, too. It's great, like.
Well, I guess I got 2 examples there. One, I have a friend where he never, like, he's going to college right now at UST, but just through his own life experience, he got so good at, like, electronic systems that, like, he worked for a company on electronic systems where he's at a point where he can make more money not getting his degree. Where, like, he might as well just work for the company now. But the thing is that it's a little harder to bounce around companies. The other thing is you can go for a trade. You can even get it's like a 3-month welding certificate that you can do at Dunwoody.
Yeah.
And then you can do, like, basic welding jobs and get paid for it. And that, like, or even just, like, the electrician for this place, too. Like, it's just some guy who has the degree. He's a complete independent. He might not make a ton of money, but he's making enough to, like, live and live good.
Yeah.
Enjoy his life. Like, you can be in a trade. That's also the thing about trades is that when you're in a trade, you could either work for a big trade company or you can work for yourself. And then it's like you can pick whenever you want to work. So you could pick this one job that's $1,000 and just do that and work once a week or something if you really want to, or you can work a ton and save a bunch of money. Trades are really good for people who want to be flexible in life.
Exactly. It's like the options you have. It's awesome, and like once you got that skill, no one can take that away from you. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
It's like at least I really only know the automotive world. It's just like, yeah, you can go work for someone, you can be a dealership, or you can start your own shop. Guess what? It's hard. For starting out, you're gonna have a lot of hours. You're gonna put stuff in, but it's like you're also gonna get a lot out because that money is going to running the shop you own, and then you.
Yeah.
Really no one else.
Yeah.
You take a few guys on, but that's,
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's just the trade. I don't know. The trades have so many. I don't know. It's really good for anybody who wants to be flexible. I feel like if you get some 4-year degree where you're working for a corporation, like you're never gonna be able to just have a flexible life. Like you have to.
Always bound to somewhere.
I guess like with graphic design, I went and worked for a company. It's like I gotta fucking use PTO and shit. Like I'm not allowed to just like I'm not allowed to just like take time off when I want to. Sometimes I have to do more time for you. It's like working for a company, it's good, there's discipline to it, but you can be a tradesman and just work on your own. Like even just plumbers. A lot of plumbers are individuals, they're not even a company. They're just a guy that has a van and then fixes your shit, and it's fucking awesome. I'm like,
100 an hour, get paid a ton too.
But that's the thing. That's the
Plumbers,
thing.
it's crazy. They make like 100 a
Well,
thousand. It's crazy.
yeah,
I've seen
because you don't need a. I was talking to a guy about this. You don't
This is
need a
fucking
plumber as much
I
as
love
you
it.
need like a mechanic.
Mhm.
So that's why it's more expensive. Because when's the plumber gonna come to your house? Once a year, maybe like once every 2
But
They
years.
only come in something really.
yeah, but
Exactly.
When you need the plumber, you need the
Exactly.
plumber.
So they get to they get to charge extra, and you're like,
Yeah.
I get fair enough. It's
That's the whole thing, and that's the thing also, everybody. I guess we're trying to convince people to go into trades
yeah.
now,
I guess
but
this is what the podcast is about.
Yeah.
that's kind of the fun part of this, is that we can talk about whatever we want. But,
My buddy Eric and the trades.
that sounds like a good lineup. I can see that at Como Backdoor.
Oh yeah, and the trades. All right, we'll start that band, us three.
Yeah.
We'll just-
I just find somebody to collaborate with, and
No,
they
we're
can
gonna
be the
get-
trades.
So the final band is gonna be us, but then we just like lose a member. Like, oh yeah, this is plumbing, and then there's an electrician, and then
the genre changes per guy.
Yeah. rotate them in and out, get different sound.
I'm just thinking you get like an HVAC guy up there. I don't know what you do.
Oh yeah.
But fuck, where were we? Oh yeah, that's the thing, is like with all these, with less people going into trades as well, like that plumbing cost is just gonna go up. Like that electrician cost is just gonna go up, which means that if you go into it, if there's 10 people listening right now, one of them goes into being an electrician, you're gonna make a lot of money because the other 9 are gonna be paying you later. Like it's inevitable, and especially with more like less and less people doing it, the demand's higher, the pay is higher.
Mm-hmm.
When they're taking people on where it's the level of experience is getting like less and less.
Yeah.
At least in automotive, right? It's like you're not gonna be doing huge jobs, but it's like if you can just show up, we'll teach you things because we fucking need guys, right? And that's really good for someone's looking for a job and it's like wants a stable thing. It's like, boom, there you go, skilled labor, and you just need to show up. It's a recipe for just being stable.
It's also, I think when you go into any sort of like automotive, just any mechanic position, it's probably there's a learning curve to it, to like doing this, but it's probably a lot of it does correlate from machinery to machinery, like from a car to a plane. There, you still understand how an engine works.
Yeah.
Either way, you still understand the basics. Even if it's a different system, you can learn that. But just you learn that base level of knowledge that you can take kind of anywhere.
Well, that's what my teacher said to me first semester. It's like, you're gonna probably be doing most of your house projects by yourself, because when you're done, you're gonna know a lot of things. Like on a car, there's heating, air conditioning on there. It's electrical, right? And then you have the automotive aspect. There's even welding, right? Fabrication. So it's like all these things translate. It's like you get a background in a little bit of everything. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, that even applies to, I guess, some music in some ways. For example, it's like you learn to play drums. I guess drums, piano, and bass, they're all interconnected. Those three are all similar in how they operate, and they all kind of work off of each other. Piano's a little bit more out there, but at least drums and bass, they're always just together.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of idea. Once you learn one, you can kind of coordinate from there. And
Well, guitar and
next.
bass, it's like, boom.
Yeah,
you know
that's
the
an easy
notes.
one.
You know the notes. You know
Yeah.
what works together. Music theory is a huge thing. It's like piano. I can't play piano for shit. But like if I could, I'd be good because I know, you know the scales. You know how it works. My hands could. My mind can. My hands can.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
and it's like
I don't play piano, but if I did, I would be amazing.
probably yeah, man. It's the music theory. It's all. It's just one
Says
thing.
the guy who can't read sheet music.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm the opposite with that. With piano and keyboard and all that, I don't know music theory at all. I just like my hands just start going and it works out.
Yeah.
I'm not like that great. Let's point that out. I pretty much just fuck around until I start getting good.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'll learn a song or something, and then I'll just take those notes and switch them around however I want to. So I'm pretty much learning the scale, I believe,
Yeah.
and then just switching that to whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Just keep messing around with it.
Dude,
Yeah.
so many strategies.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, and there's not one that's proven for success. Because guys who do that and they go crazy
Yeah.
popular, they change a genre, you know? Guys who are classically trained do the same thing or they don't, you know? It's
Yep. I know that's how I've learned probably everything in my life is from just literally fucking around and finding out. Like like the keyboard, the harmonica, the yo-yo, like fucking even starting a podcast, like all this shit I've gotten good at because I just picked it up and started doing it. I like rarely do I even research things. I kind of just fiddle with it until I can figure it out. Like even this fucking audio interface, I just figured out how it works one day. Like there's a little bit of prior knowledge there, but I don't know. It's just from doing it. Literally Dunwoody. Like literally Dunwoody. Like learn from doing.
Yep.
That's how everything's worked in my life, and I feel like that's just the best way to do it. You get intuitive with whatever you're doing. You don't have to draw knowledge from your brain to figure it out. You're just intuitively doing it.
Yeah. And that's how, like, even getting into the scene, if we're bringing back to, you know, Minneapolis, I was asking my guitar teacher, I was asking other people in bands, I was looking up things on Reddit, like, how do you get a show here? How do you do this, that, there? It's like, how do you talk to people? And it's like, the only advice I got was just go to shows and do it.
Yep.
It's gonna come together. It's gonna come together. You know?
No, we're good.
All right, sweet.
Yeah,
But yeah,
come
it's like
together.
you fuck around, you find out.
Yep.
And guess what we're doing tonight? We're fucking around and we're gonna find out.
Exactly. That's a good point.
Yeah, we no.
Man, it always gets to about an hour into the episode and somebody starts making a sex joke, and that's just
That's the hour thing.
Yeah.
We gotta start placing bets.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, how quickly into the episode will somebody do it?
Next episode, we're gonna have an over under when the first sex joke comes out.
What? Whoa! Whoa!
Hey, yo!
Well, isn't it Rogan that said pause? Like for the guy that
Probably,
pause.
dude. It's crazy how like
Started that.
culture happens.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. it's
But,
weird.
where Big Al actually came from was, I mean, my dad, obviously my parents kind of always call me that, and then my friends set up like my Spotify or my SoundCloud for me. I don't know why he ended up being the guy to do it, but he did it.
Fair enough.
And then that was called Big Al, and then I ended up later on having a small rap career with my prior roommate.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll listen to some of it after.
Always prioritize your rap career over other.
Yeah. The most important thing.
The most important thing.
That's when it started to blow up more, and then kind of carried on with Big Al a little bit from there. Then one day I got it tattooed on my leg, and then now.
It's forever attached.
Yeah.
You can't leave it down. Boom. Big
I
Al.
mean, when I was starting this, like at the start of the pull string episode, this is what's really critical. Start a pull string, they're calling me Al. And then halfway through, he actually calls me Big Al. And then from there, it was like, you're fucking Big Al. Like, it's just, it's Big Al now.
It's Big Al.
Even
Big
last
Al.
night, like...
Now I know.
Dude,
Now we know.
yeah.
Now we know.
Now you
Big
know
Al.
why my name's Big Al.
It's gonna be
everybody.
sweet. We're gonna walk into a bar. I'll see you. I'll be with my friends. I'll be like, Big Al, and they're like, "Whoa,
Yes.
you know the community." It's like, yeah, everyone knows Big
No,
Al.
absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like Fat Tony.
Had the
Exactly.
podcast over with Big Al. It's crazy now.
Well, even like it's catching on because even last night, like I told somebody's like, "What's your name?" Big Al, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, I love that." And I'm like, "Perfect,
You know your
perfect."
stuff is Big Al, bro. You're Big Al.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it was inevitable that this was gonna happen.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That what we introduce you as? Fat ass.
Shut the fuck up.
He ate like entire half an apple pie before he came here.
Bro, I gotta load up.
He's like, "Hey,
Gotta
do we
load up.
have I have time to like crush this pie?" And I'm like, "Go for it." I thought I was gonna get a piece. I hear him go like, "Oh yeah, open up."
The whole thing. I was just munching,
I heard that
bro.
shit from the other room, just, and I see him. He's just doing this, standing up, and I'm like, "Are you eating the entire thing?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, oh my gosh.
Ugh.
I just, yeah.
And yeah, it's we have a random roommate and he's questionable, and he called me Tornado Jared out of like nowhere, and I'm just like, what the fuck? It was just like, but like everyone has something different. Like even Liam's parents, we were like eating at his house, right? And I got a second because I'm hungry. I'm eating, right?
Yeah.
And there's like, oh, he's got another one. Oh, dude, his parents were saying
Dude,
it.
here's
though.
the thing: we don't tell anyone. Like, it's kind of our joke. Like, oh, Jared's fat, and then like Liam's parents, they'll just say it.
Mhm.
Our roommate will just say it. So like, something about you, man.
I don't know. I don't get it. I mean
I mean, you're just tall and you work out, and I think that's why you eat so much. That's gotta be it.
I don't even like. I don't get anything, bro. It's
Yeah.
impossible.
Oh, I don't either.
The skinny
Yeah,
friend meal. It's
Yeah.
like you'll eat a million things, just nothing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my whole life.
Sometimes I'll just like eat a granola bar. I'll be good for the day. Other days it's like,
What?
Yeah, can't do that.
It's weird, dude. Metabolism
That
has
is.
its moods, man.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. Talk
It's
about
a fun
health.
podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
talk
Well,
about health, the trades.
Yeah, what else do we have to cover? You know.
European geopolitics.
No,
Oh, yeah, speaking of-
oh god.
Let me tell you my radical opinions.
Yeah.
They
Dude.
say some dumb shit to get me famous.
When I was doing a lot of test podcasts, my friends would do that, and like I was trying to do test casts where I'd actually like edit it, and But
Yeah.
that's the thing is I had to cut out 45 minutes about whatever the fuck's going on in the world with like different political views. I'm like, let's not. Again, here's the thing though. Hey, you guys, everybody's here on the podcast to represent themselves. So you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but it's you talking about it, and it's your opinion that the world's gonna see. So
Exactly.
I'm not here to. I'm not here because I'm praising anything people say.
That's it. I think
On that
people-
note,
I-
AJ's a.
all right. Well, but like that's the thing. Like having, just because someone says it, it's just like again, you're not. If I say some stupid shit, it's not you.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's on
I'm
me.
not
You
advocating.
could predict
to
that. I'm not going to. I'm here to make music.
Yeah,
That's what I'm here to
exactly.
fucking do. I'm not here to persuade anyone to anything. Unless like it's listen to our song.
Or go to the trades.
Yeah.
Or go to trade.
Yeah.
There we go. That's
True.
yeah.
It's so funny, dude.
We have like.
You can really never expect where these things go.
I know we have like 45 minutes of my buddy Eric content, and then the trades.
And then yeah.
And like us getting really passionate about the trades.
Fuck yeah, man! Welding, cars, it's the shit, dude. It is. The
Plumbing's
shit.
always gonna break, you know? You
Yeah.
gotta be the one who fixes
Exactly.
it.
Hey, dude. Be the one to fix it.
Real.
And no, break it slightly, then a bigger fix will come back.
Right.
You know, I just working on cars. I just tweak a little something. Like I'll be back in a few months. Don't worry. Oh, that's a joke. I don't do that. I don't do that. The automotive engineers do that.
Shut
That's
up.
that's you guys.
Yeah, so wait, you guys both could have done money?
No, I'm an engineer.
Okay, but over at U of M? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. The conspiracies of the automotive industry.
Yeah.
Why they design things the way they do. It's like
Oh, no. It's all for money. My friend made a really funny, the guy that had a rap crew with me, made a really funny song called Mechanical Madness. He went to Dunwoody Automotive as well.
okay, yeah.
And it's all about like him like fucking with her car, but like she brought in with like weird brake, or like one of her brake pedals was off, but I charged her fucking $10,000 and changed this in it, like
Yeah.
like just like dumb shit. Like I decided to swap this out instead and charge her for it.
Yeah.
Poor single mom of 4, dude. He charged $5,000.
Yeah, it's an oil change, tire rotation, totals $2,000. It's like, dude, that's the thing. People, the way I've been in like the advisor's office when they're telling people how much it costs, it's really funny to look at their faces because like the advisor has to deal with it.
Well,
And
it's also isn't like when a Dunwoody student's doing it, it's cheaper, right?
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah, but like at work, they're just like, they tell you a thing. But here's the thing, everything gets quoted before you know what it's going to cost. And they're like, your
Yeah.
total's going to be about like $1,500. And they're like, what? And then they have a snarky remark. It's like, you had a choice. Like, we didn't
Yeah.
have to do it. It's like,
I think.
Oh, I can't bet. Goes out and breaks your car.
Yeah, it's gonna
There
be.
you go.
Once we get done, it's actually gonna be cheaper.
Yeah.
No.
I think as far as the law goes, if a mechanic notices something like during the being a mechanic, I think they just have to like at least inform. They have to call and communicate with the person,
Yeah.
like the client, before they go ahead with doing anything, even if it's like a endangering thing. Because some mechanics, they have to tell people whether or not they should drive home in the car at the end of the day. And some people say, I'm driving home in it either way. And if they die, it's not the mechanic's fault because they said, don't go in this car.
There's a lot of times, there's the stories that happens more at independent shops because it's like usually a cheaper labor rate, so you have worse cars coming in. And it's like, there'll be cars I've seen where it's just like, we can't let it go. Like, it's going to sit in our parking lot. We're locking the gate. Like, seriously. Because legally, if something happens, we will be responsible, I guess.
In some way, shape,
in some
or
way,
form.
and it's like it all comes back. Everything's documented. And there's like if there's an airbag thing, that is a must do. Now, like if I see, I don't know if you're leaking a little oil, that's not life threatening, but like airbag thing, and I'm just like, airbag light was on, good to go.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
check it out next time. No, if you die, that's my fault.
Yeah.
Get that on your conscience, yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
That's a good point. I guess one thing is I noticed that there's a drastic difference between the Dunwoody college life and the U of M college life, and luckily I've got two people that both experience it and know
We've
each other
talked about
well.
this all the
Bro,
time.
this is very
Yeah.
topical,
Yeah,
actually.
give me your opinions on it, because I'd have this conversation all the time with people.
Do you want to start? Or?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I like Dunwoody tries to kind of make it a little more like college experience. And that's good. It's honorable, right? We have campus housing on the U of M campus.
We're going to quote the fuck out of that. The quad on Delaware is not considered a house, even at this point.
You know about the quad?
I lived there I lived there before it went to complete dog shit.
Fuck
okay?
the quad,
Yeah,
dude. It's like it was fun. The only reason it was like kind of fun is because it was just wacky ass shit with your friends.
Yeah.
It's like so bad it's fun.
The reason it was fun to me is because, dude, literally daily I'd be breaking the elevator. Like, every fucking day. Like, it was just a fact of this apartment that you could fuck with as much as you wanted, and just, it was
didn't
fine.
do shit about it.
Well, it's run by people in the apartment anyway, and, like, it's horribly ran anyway. They switch managers every fucking week.
Yeah, because no one wants to run that shit. Dude, being a property manager would suck.
Dude.
Especially at that place.
Yeah, dude, they flood constantly. Like, they flood all the time. The fire alarm goes off all the time. Like, the whole building needs to be torn down and rebuilt at this point. It's probably cheaper for them to do that than it is to try and keep that building going any longer.
It is, man, I remember, I'll get to the Dunwoody thing, but really quick, there was flooding in the middle of the night. Like, pipe burst, like, inches of water, dirty water, on the first floor, and fire alarm's going off. And my buddy, he's on the first floor, and like he gets woken up by a fire alarm, but a guy runs into a random motherfucker runs into his room. I don't know. He was like, the guy was, he might have been tweaking. I have no idea, but he like knocks on his door. He opens it. He's like, fucking the place is coming down. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Like he thought this was his like Captain America moment or some shit. He's like, yeah, can I get pants on? He's like, no, we gotta go now. It's coming down. He grabs him out of this like building and he goes back in. And you just see this random guy. People are walking out, and this random guy sprinting out with people by the collar, throwing him out, going back in, throwing him out, going back in.
That's so funny.
He got like charged with something by the cops. Like what he was doing was illegal. He's just walking into people's rooms. It was like the quad, just that shit. Get woken up by a guy, and your fucking feet are wet, and you're like, what the dick?
Same shit, different day. No.
Yeah.
God, the quad was just. But yeah, Dunwoody's they try. They definitely try. I think that it's hard because Dunwoody they're like really good in the career aspect of it with all the career fairs and all that. But those aren't like they don't do almost any sort of student like engagement between students.
Well, yeah.
You have like the women's club, you've got like the esports team, but you don't have like students just hanging out often at all.
No, and it's usually with the immediate people in your class.
Yeah.
So that ties in perfectly. It's like there's that's one thing with Dunwoody is like you can live on the like U of M campus, I do, and it's like you're still not in it.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks if you don't accept it. I've kind of accepted it, but you're just still not. Yeah, I go to the football games, I do the stuff, but it's like you don't have a U card. You know, there aren't like the little things like the tunnels. It's like you don't really know about it. You kind of have to be told, and it's like you're just out of it a little bit.
But it's like you're so close. You know,
And that's what might
It's
make it worse.
You're right there.
Yeah.
You're like, if you just, like, you live there, you go to the game, you do the things, you're the right age range, but at the end of the day, you're just not. And it sucks, you know? And it's just...
And even, like, meeting people,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, what do you major in? It's like, well, I'm actually at Dunwoody. And they're like, what? And then it's like, that's an immediate, like,
Yeah.
blockade. And it's like, hopefully that's not a deal breaker for, like, a relationship with someone, friends. But,
No,
like,
it's not at all.
it's still like, well, I can't relate to you about my 8 a.m.s, you know, or I
Yeah.
can't really, you know, if I'm working, they're not. How do you do that? I mean, I graduate this year.
Like, that's weird to think about. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All my friends have 2-3 more years left.
Yeah.
That
I'm already fucking done, and I'm 20, and everybody else has 2 to like fucking 4 years left. Exactly.
and it feels weird, and like you're it's like you kind of your career wise, you're out of school, you're out of adolescence, but your mind, you're still a fucking teenager, you know, you still feel like it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what do you do then? And that's kind of the
You
difference.
make a band.
Yeah, you make a band.
Yeah.
You find a community you can be a part of.
Yes.
You know. So there's the light at the end of the tunnel, but yeah, that's the thing. It's like
You're right.
you're not complete. It's if you're gonna go into, you're not gonna get the 4-year college experience,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
But
But if that's
yes.
not what you want, then
Don't
you gotta.
do it either,
It's
yeah.
gotta be a factor.
But
Yeah.
also, too, like, bring back to the music thing, it's like being able to be graduating in 2 years and having, like, all that experience. And then also, if you want this music thing, like, you can totally, like, you can do both very easily, you know? And
Absolutely.
it's nice that, like just, I'm gonna have to be juggling stuff for the next, like, 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm gonna always have to be like, oh, can I go on a tour and miss a week of school? Probably not, you know? Or, like, what can I do to make that work? And I have to, like, figure all this stuff in my life to make it work, where you're just like, oh, yeah, I'm taking the next 4 weeks off. Have a good one, man, you know? And it's just like,
Yeah.
well, it won't be that simple, obviously, but, like, it helps, especially if you're trying to go into, like, this music thing.
It does.
And really make
yeah.
it, like, your thing.
And there's a reason I like it and do it. If I wanted to call it like the 4-year experience, I would be doing a 4-year experience. But I like what I'm doing. Good money in it. It's rewarding work, you know. Yeah, it's fun. But again,
Yeah.
it's not your standard fare.
Not at all. Yeah. Oh, I had a thought with it. Oh no. Again. Oh. I gotta sleep better before these. But I think it was with. Alright, Dunwoody. A lot of Dunwoody was said. Said Dunwoody a couple times. Fuck, dude.
You guys
Quads
felt
on fire.
Quads on real. I mean, the actual, like, U of M experience.
Yeah.
You guys both. The U is cool. I like the U personally, right? But I'm not really that huge of a partier. Like, I'm not going to the frats every week. You know, it's like what I'm getting out of it is like just the class and stuff. And even then, like, I'm not like going to Carlson either and doing all that stuff. It's like I'm in the STEM majors. You know, I'm with all fucking nerds, right? And that's what I am. I won't like hate, but like it's just kind of how it goes, right?
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of different parts of the U as well, you know. And that's why I'm glad too. Like, I have this, like, the music community to really like go with, you know. Like, that's my people, you know. It's like the college is good and going to class is good and learning things. Like, I love my degree. I'm very happy with where I'm at, right? But it's also way different than what both of y'all did, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think both my degree and your guys' stuff can both be good. So I'm not really mad about that.
Oh,
at all, but-
absolutely.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's
I
like-
think in some ways ours might be a little bit better, but you
Shut the fuck up! No,
But, dude, I had 4 generals. I took 4 generals my entire 2 years of college. you have 2 years of generals, or maybe not you specifically, but a lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's like, holy fuck.
That's the one thing. It's like he's got finals week, and I'm a flex a bit. Like, you know what I got to do? I got to write like 100-page. Or not 100 pages.
100
No,
page?
100-word response to a
Oh.
prompt, and
Yep.
I'm done with my econ class, and then I'm just gonna go to work for
Yeah, for your,
the
yeah, your
you know,
credit
it's like
there.
that's, and then guess what I get to do? I get to
Yeah.
write songs.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a benefit, but then also it's like, hey, you're not a college student.
What?
You know?
Yeah, I guess like for me it was like my finals were like making a magazine or a package or something.
Yeah.
Like something cool. But the thing with Dunwoody is that you can end up with a kind of a fear of missing out for sure. That FOMO can get to you if you let it, especially because you can watch all these, you can watch all your U of M friends have all their U of M times and all their U of M, related things, and just be at like Dunwoody where it feels like a job sometimes. Like Dunwoody sometimes is literally like work. You show up, say hi to your boss, and get to work, and then 8 hours later you go home.
Yup, exactly.
And that fear of missing out, that can hit even harder when you graduate from Dunwoody because everybody else is still in college and I'm just like floating out here in this world where I'm kind of waiting for everybody else to catch up in a way.
Yeah.
And it's like, even like right now, I guess right now, when I was working full time, it wasn't as like, depressing. Oh, it was actually probably more. But either way, when I first became like unemployed, like October, I spent that month just like doing nothing, like just laying around, kind of watching everything else, and like, I don't know, it's really easy, or it's just like, it's weird. It's really weird. It's weird to graduate early. You can end up in this kind of state of like watching everybody else have fun, and I'm just like in my corporate job suddenly. But now I'm doing this. So.
Yeah, exactly. And it's what you make it. I've been kind of getting hit with that, like, well, shit, this is going to be I've been at work a lot, and this is going to be my life, this, that, and the other. But it's like, it's about your perspective. It's like, I think, yeah, maybe I am floating around, but you know what? This is like, first, I'm getting paid full time, right? So it's like, I'm making money, I have way more time, and it's like, I have an opportunity to experience life in a different way than most people are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not saying it's better or worse.
It gives you flexibility, though.
It gives you flexibility, and it's like, it's just something different.
I also think like that when you kind of end up graduating early, it's that, or like once you end up graduating, that act of floating around, like that's just life. First of all, is literally just bouncing from one thing that you're doing to another. Like you'll do something for a couple months, then move to this. With Dunwoody, there's a huge incentive to get into your career right after you graduate, which you should do. But you should remember that whatever company you go to might not be the right one. I spent a lot of time working really hard for a company just for them to lay me off, like out of fucking nowhere. So now I'm doing this. Granted, like once you graduate, life no longer become like you end up just with this weird. Once you graduate, it is 100% now up to you what you want to do with your life. It's no longer you're doing college because your parents are paying for it or willing to pay for it. It's no longer you're doing these things because of somebody else. You're doing it 100% because like you got to do something, and you have to get up and do things. You start realizing like you got to go do it, and if you're not going to do it, nobody's going to do it for you. You're 100% on your own after you graduate. Like there's nothing helping you.
And you can look at that either with terror or with excitement.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been the slow mind like shift, It's
Yes.
like it's looking at I can kind of be in a sense a master of my own destiny here. It's like, I'm choosing to do this. I want to do this. I'm working on cars cuz I want to do this. I'm welding cuz it's cool. And it's like it's fun, it's exciting. Your structured life from elementary school to high school to college.
Yep.
Structured completely. Right? College, really, you just get more access to alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
And honestly, a little more chance to fuck your life up.
Yeah.
It's like you're on your own in maybe the worst way.
Yes.
So that's, and some could argue that even kind of advances adolescence a little bit, and then you get out. But no, I think, again, it's interesting.
But I think also like the it really is like you are the master of your own destiny. That's just a fact overall. Like
Yeah.
you can choose to do whatever you want in this world. That's kind of how I've ended up here suddenly.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. But it's also like you can go to college and you can do something or fall in love with something. Like you can fall in love with something and then not enjoy it years later.
Mhm.
You know, or even just months later, suddenly that whole thing is gone for you. And that's when like those moments suck. But that's also those are moments when it's like you are the master of your own destiny. You can switch career paths like that, like nothing's stopping you. Like I have a degree in graphic design, but one day I decided to start a podcast and a platform on the internet. Yeah, you know, like you can just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, like life is weird.
It gets down to why you want to do it. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
People ask, like, why are you in a band? You know, it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you trying? Why are you putting all this effort in there? I bet people ask me, why am I a mechanic? They're like, you seem to like the music a lot more,
Yeah.
right? But it's just like, because I want to, you know? And it's
Also,
like,
you kind of need to eat.
but life's too short to not do what you want. And
That's
like,
very
and
true.
playing it safe is,
It's gonna make you unhappy.
be responsible, right? But like playing it safe is fucking terrible.
Yep.
Like, man, we're gonna be dead before we know it. You know,
Yeah.
like we're gonna be. Shit, I woke up. I'm 19. You know,
Yeah.
I know that's young, but it's like I felt like I was 13
Mhm.
2 years ago. So it's nuts. It's really weird. I guess that's just growing up.
Yeah.
But it's like you get to just go out and do it because you want to do it. Go out to do it because it's good, right?
Yeah, I think there's some points in life that everybody kind of reaches at some point, and that's one realization, is that every day is kind of like treat every day kind of like it could be your last. Because I never know, like, when I'm leaving a house show, is it just going to be a drunk driver that T-bones me on my way
Yeah.
home? Like, that could just happen. Like, there's nothing, I can't do anything to prevent that either.
Yeah, and you have to live like you're doing what you want to do. You know, there's
Yes.
there's no part of you that's like being a slave to some other part of like the world of whatever. You know,
Yeah.
you got to do what you have to do. I'm just
Yeah.
adding on to what you're saying, but like me personally, like if I didn't want to like if I'm not doing production or anything, like I don't even know what I would do with my time. Like I want to do this because I want to. Like if I like randomly died like tomorrow, right? I would still think I did as much as I could. I don't have the regrets of saying like, oh, like I wish I did this and I wish I could. Like I did the best that I could
Yes.
with what I was given, and that's all you can ask for.
Dude, I think for like almost 20 years of my life, maybe until about a month ago, I thought that like I had so many regrets, so many things where it's like if I died today, I would like have so many things that I would have wished I did, or like I wouldn't have been like at least like if I die tonight or die tomorrow or whatever, at least like I'm doing what I love and I'm happy doing it. And I think that's not at least, that is like I'm doing what I love. Like that's you have to live like that. That's the only way to live, is to live how you want to live. And like I don't know, you're right about like be smart, get a job and all that, but like also I don't know, like you can be flexible with that.
If you can make money doing what you love,
Perfect.
that is what you should be doing. Like if you're only doing a job because you need to make money, right, and then something that you love takes off, drop what you're doing. Get going on the thing that you love, you know? Like personally, like I mean, I love engineering, I love doing the nerdy shit. It's great. I love that stuff, right? But if music really does work and this is taking off, fuck it. I'm just dropping it for like a few years, living out in music for as much as I can, right? And then I can come back to that and like make the money I need to do, you know?
Yes.
There's always like you need to live where life takes you.
I think if you
Yep.
really love it, the money. People say the money will follow, but it's like, no, the money doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's I make nothing right now. All my services are fucking free, and I don't have a job either.
It's like that's again, and that's kind of that's the whole basis of like love. It's like the money really doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I like getting paid as much as the next guy. You know, I like the
Yeah.
numbers in my bank account going up, but it's like,
Ooh,
you know,
I got a good one.
All
I got
right.
a great one.
all right, but it's like when I get done with a day at work or like we have a good show, I'm like the last thing I'm thinking about is man, I just bread. You know,
No.
I just made a bag. It's like no, I did something for 10 hours. I fixed
Yeah.
something. You know, I have something I can, I'm proud of with a show.
Mhm.
No, we made a bunch of people dance. people were singing.
We inspired people.
You know, and
Yes.
maybe we do
That's
inspire people, but it's like
You do.
You know, and it's like
Thank you. No.
I got to say something I got to say, and damn it, I'm fucking proud of it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like even with cars, people are like, "Why are you a mechanic?" It's like, well, cause that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Because you like to do it as well.
you put an engine in a car.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You drive it down the road, you're like,
Whoa.
Don't get this guy started on auto transmissions, bro.
No,
Bro's gonna
automatic
like.
transmissions are crazy.
We'll do that. We can do a whole podcast
Okay.
episode.
So yeah, next we have a guy who doesn't know shit about transmissions talking about transmissions.
Yeah. It's so funny.
But I don't remember who the guy is, but he said like if you you can work for somebody else, like kind of your whole, or you can work a job and all that, and you can kind of be happy, like you can be satisfied, you can have like your money, you can live a good life, but you can also work on yourself and like you'll be richer than ever. It's like I have my degree in graphic design. I'm not a designer right now, but I can always go back to it now.
Exactly.
Like once you learn the skill, you can always use it again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the biggest part, is just learn a bunch of skills so you can be flexible in life.
Yeah.
I think that's my advice.
And no one
for
can
people.
take what's in your head. So.
Yeah, you're right.
And then and some people think, like, look down on other people working for other people. It's like, no, do what you want to do. If you're happy doing it, fucking do it. Like, maybe if you love accounting and you're for a company, they're paying you well, all this
Fuck
shit.
it, dude. Just do
It's
it.
like, there's some guy on the internet on some dumb podcast. He'll be like, in his room.
Like,
and-
trades are awesome.
Yeah,
you know?
no.
Like, we
He'll be
love
like,
this trade.
go grind, go fucking crypto, go work out, do your shit, be your own boss. It's like,
The hustle in life never stops.
you know, right? And it's like, well, no, that, you know what? I actually love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So you can go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
That's
there,
all
and,
thing that matters.
and like, I bet there's some truth in that.
No,
You know,
there
there's
definitely
there's
is.
some truth in that.
Like, you gotta be okay with what you're doing, regardless of what other people think, you know? Like, if you are destined to become, like, a hairstylist, fucking do it. No one's gonna
Yeah.
stop you.
Yeah.
Know? So,
I think one thing is also, I feel like there's a point people will bring up to me after listening to this episode, is that maybe it's not possible for me to do my dreams right now because it costs money. Works that you can get towards your dreams. Like that's a big thing too about working, is that some people will work at fucking Caribou Coffee like for fucking years. And it's like, what are you working for? Are you working for just clothes? Are you working to just buy, this, that, whatever? Or are you working to like buy camera equipment or buy shit later? Like, are you work so that you
work
can
with a purpose.
Yes, work with a purpose so you can have your dream eventually. Don't just work blatantly so that you can spend money.
And that's
Yeah.
that's such an issue with people around our age and even younger. It's just no purpose.
And that's why they burn out too. That's why there's a
That-
huge turnaround in like a lot of the like food industry stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lack of purpose, and it's like whatever you think that is, you got to go do it. But warning, it's not clothes. It's
It's more than that.
it's like a purpose should be something that can just go
It's not
away like that.
material.
You can't.
Yeah.
Well, and that purpose always changes too. Just make sure it's a purpose also that you want, not somebody else's purpose.
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. I think you gotta live every day with the purpose, and that kind of goes back to, like, every day being your last. If you're just going through life just waiting for the next hit of something, regardless of what that is, like, you're not helping anyone or the world, yourself, like people you love. Like, you gotta work for anything, and that's what the purpose is. You gotta live with that. If not, like, that's why, like, you see all these people being all depressed now and everything. Like, I mean, at least this is what I think. It's just people need to live with that more, and it's not that easy either. Too, like, a ton of people go through their own situations, and it can be really tough for them to live, right? But trying to figure out what you are here on this earth is for is, like, really, really, really important. And if people
Yes.
don't live with it, it's like, I don't get what you're doing.
If this band goes up,
Mhm.
there's a chance it does, right?
hope.
Because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna have 4 friends or no, 3 friends that minus you.
Yeah, I'm an asshole.
But like, I'm gonna have friends that hopefully last a long time,
Yeah.
if not my life.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, the band, the money, the thing, it can go up. People can forget really easily, but it's like, I will have.
But you're not gonna forget it,
I'm not.
Yeah.
You know,
Not.
I'm not.
The people making it aren't gonna forget it.
Exactly.
Like-
So it's that experience, it's that memory, it's that relationship.
Like, even a year from now, we're gonna remember this podcast.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's good or bad, you know.
I mean, you could be back on in a year. Maybe we can schedule that. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
My
It's gonna be
bad.
the same
Second.
thing. So the trades are
Yeah.
still awesome.
You got to make even more now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like kind of what you were saying about like just I mean people being depressed nowadays is that it's really easy to sit inside on your phone and watch everybody else have fun.
Yeah, that very true. Yeah.
But it's also like again with the lack of purpose and not knowing really what you want to do or not knowing how to do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like, dude, just go to a house show. Like, if you're into anything, you can go to a house show and find somebody else into it. Even like fucking automotive or like aerospace or literally anything. Just start talking to people and say like, hey, you guys know anything about this? Even if like it's completely unrelated to the fucking music, it's just like I don't know. Just
The house show is the vehicle to happiness.
Yes.
Right? You must go to a house show if you want to do anything with your life. Otherwise, I mean, what are you even doing? You know?
I argue even to say show at a bar, maybe one in New Hope on the 29th.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
This
if you
will
go-
change
It will
your
change
life.
your life.
yeah.
If you don't believe us, then show up and prove us wrong. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Go there, stay for the whole thing.
argue
and
with me after. Great.
At least talk to one person.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at least one girl too, you know, just to keep yourself in the game. But
Mhm.
other than that, you know, at least talk to one person and you'll make a friend then.
I'm always the guy in the corner talking to the other guy about our music careers.
Yeah.
That's never, you know. So, oh, you know, cute girls looking at you, you can always say, no, I'm going to talk to this guy about his SoundCloud.
Nah, bro.
This is what
Bro
you
got
like.
the wrist for
Yeah.
the bands.
Right, you like American football too? Yeah, me, yeah.
Yeah. The Riz with the bands.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Crazy Riz. Bro's going insane.
Well, what's nice about my position is that I have a reason to talk to literally everybody, guy, girl, whatever the hell you are. All right?
Mhm.
So it's pretty nice in that case, you know.
You want to come on my podcast? No.
Man, imagine you're at a bar.
I'm
you're,
waiting
you
for
know,
the day that actually fucking works.
Imagine.
Like, just literally a podcast, like, inviting her on the podcast gets me laid. I'll probably cut this out, but either way, like, that is going to be a mind-boggling day.
This sleazy guy, like, I have a podcast. She's like,
Wait, you have a podcast?
Oh my god.
What does Big Al stand for?
yeah.
God damn it.
You want to find out?
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
On yourself. That was all on you.
That's okay. It's okay. Maybe I'll leave it in there. Maybe I'll cut it out. We're pretty late in the episode too, so
Yeah.
you'll lose the majority of viewers by now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
seriously.
Do you post like this whole thing, or like
No,
you
I-
slice it up?
I sliced it up a little bit, but
Mhm.
obviously, like most of the conversation there is, you know, good. Like there's just a few moments where we blank out, or it's a little like quiet or pointless even. But other than that,
Yeah.
like there's not much reason to edit in the end.
How'd the other one perform?
Polstering was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, see, I wish I did better because I didn't talk very much during that one. It was my first one. I was a little nervous.
That's fine.
But
I mean,
they did really good because it was the two of them. I would ask a question and they just kind of took it and
Mhm.
ran and started talking on their own about like it was really nice. Just like they were able to bounce between each other so much that I didn't really have to do much.
yeah.
That's always
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I didn't really have to edit much either.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit better. I like this one more
Yeah.
because I'm actually engaged a little bit
Yeah.
more with the viewer or the.
I think it's funny. Someone said to me once, it's like, if you just let someone talk about themselves, they'll say you're the best conversationalist they've ever talked to.
No, absolutely. Like it's like, tell me about your aspirations and dreams and how you started, and you
Yeah.
just sit back, you just wait, and you just let them talk. Like
Dude.
it's being a good listener is a really good skill nowadays.
Yes.
You know, but also being a part of it too. Like this is as much your podcast. You know.
Yeah.
Like and you're the host. Like you do
Yeah.
these things. Like I want to hear what you have to say about this stuff too. You know.
Yeah,
And also like in general, like I mean, I'm more like I'm just adding things in here and there. I'm not really going on these huge tangents, but like it's good. I
That's
think
my
we're-
job.
Yeah, it's
Until I
your
say
job.
something bad.
Yeah.
Keep going. Good thing we're not drinking.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Actually, I don't know if you see that, but that's a kegerator. So I'm pretty close to having beer on tap in here.
That's fine.
I
Actually-
should, I guess.
guess
can't
we gotta come
help
back.
that. Yeah,
What,
yeah.
in a year, you know, when you come back in a year, you know.
That's so funny.
I know, and we're gonna my friend's a really good brewmaster, so we're gonna brew our own beer.
Oh, that's awesome.
His dad makes wine.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
It's really sick. Some of it
Yeah.
tastes like shit, but a lot of it tastes pretty damn good.
Yeah,
so
alright.
it's but like
High alcohol content.
no, it's like 15%. It's like borderline what you can actually do with like grapes and stuff before
Yeah.
it like becomes vinegar.
I think
But
at
it's
that
like,
point, well, at a certain point, it starts like killing off the yeast inside, so it no longer ferments.
it kills itself.
Yeah, it naturally just
So,
stops.
I mean, that's why like most wines are around what, like 10 to 15%. That's even pretty
Yeah.
high, but like they usually aren't like that high. But you can also get like super yeast, which works super fast, so it can go longer, so you can get even higher percentage.
Where
But that's
do
like that's genetically engineered stuff.
Where
It's pretty sick.
Where does your dad get his yeast?
What? Online, Amazon.
Fire.
Yeah.
No,
I
bro,
don't know where one
you go
gets
into my
yeast.
basement and there's just like a massive wall of wine just aging.
Yeah,
And it's like he has like
That's
these
so
massive
cool.
contraptions of like the cork stuff
It's
and like
sweet.
yeah.
It's
like,
really cool.
It's and we got grapes going in the backyard. Like it's fun,
Oh,
you
dude.
know. But I mean,
Yeah, I did some mead. I made mead recently, but my friend's really good at it, so we'll set up a kegerator.
yeah, no, it's fun. Yeah. Especially like beers and stuff too. Like you can just like get it going, let it
Yeah.
chill, like and you're good. You know,
Yeah.
it's way easier than you think it would be.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of it's just waiting too. Just get the right proportions. Wait.
Yeah,
You know.
like maybe the first 5 days you're kind of doing stuff.
And make sure it doesn't explode.
Yeah.
If you put too much yeast in it, it will explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got right into a music thing. I want to know your or your top, like from what you've seen so far in the local St. Paul, Minneapolis scene. Who are your like top 3 bands that you either just think make good music or just really excited about?
And if it's not us, we're gonna get upset.
Yeah, and let's assume we're at the top.
He hasn't even seen us, so that's the
Number
thing.
one, my buddy Eric.
No,
Oh,
obviously. I mean, no.
I think I'd say one band that I haven't seen live, but I see so much like, I see so much potential too. Is Big Delicious.
Really? Okay.
Obviously, like they're already blowing up a good bit. The thing is, they are so good about every show having a gag or a bit to it. Playing blindfolded, playing on a fucking ladder, like all this dumb shit. But like it's advertised, like it makes them unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good about that. So Big Delicious, obviously Lighter Co. just because of how good they are. Like how
Yeah.
Dude,
like
they're crazy.
how like how with the instruments and everything, like how they're really good. They're really good.
I think it's like really good. It's almost an understatement. They're ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like, you don't see a
ridiculous.
band like that almost ever.
Yeah.
You don't.
No.
And they
don't.
all do their own thing too, which is interesting. It's people are all doing their own things to it too. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I think 3. I mean, okay, so I'm gonna say you guys because I also see like you guys just blew it out of the water with Who the Fuck Is Eric. Like I did not expect it to be nearly you blew my expectations so
Hell
much.
yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
And I think
Welcome
you
to our
blew-
show. We're
I think
gonna blow you. I mean, blow your
Blow
mind.
Oh, sorry, Mom. But yeah, I think like you guys. I think you blew a lot of people's expectations with it too. I mean, you've got one other song, and then you drop that too, and it's like whoa. And then
They're gonna get better. No.
Yeah.
I hope.
I'm gonna say you guys, but if we're not putting you guys into this, I would say like, fuck. I think all the last ones are kind of a tie because I see like one band is Lawn Chair Dad.
I've heard of them.
I really fucking liked like godly bassist. Like I mean it's just a guy in a day. Gotta watch out these days.
Yeah.
Real.
But like godly bass is so good, and I just love how passionate he is about all this too as well. And then I also think like all the bands we saw last night, that collective of 7 guys that play Linus, Mold, Love Scare, all that, those guys have potential to do something.
Yeah.
To do something pretty big because they're all skilled, and they're all skilled in all the instruments that are played.
You have to make like one mosh band, just 7. They
Yes.
all play.
You're right.
All of them together. 2 drummers.
And like
2 bassists.
I think I see a lot of potential in them. I just see a lot of also like I think they just gotta organize and figure it out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like hopping around in rotations like that is obviously exhausting
Yeah.
them
Especially
so much.
for the people who are playing, it's like if you're dividing the amount of time you spend to each group. Like if I was a drummer playing for 5 groups, like which one do I like the most?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
But again, they're just kind of a collective, so we'll see where that goes, and
Mhm.
that's been pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I think they should all just go underneath one hat. Why have 4 bands? Just have like one hat where you literally do what you're already doing and you just switch out. Or even they could have multiple bands but have it underneath one collective somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So that everybody knows like this collective's playing that night, but it's these couple bands.
Like an 88 Rising sort of thing.
I'm not sure what that is.
So they're the, I think I might be mistaking what it is, but it's like, Joji.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I can't. Rich Brian.
Okay.
He's one. They're from all parts of like I think like Japan, Korea, the Philippines, and they're kind of like a pop group. Like they have their singular
Yeah.
music careers, and then they'll collab on songs, but they'll go under 88 Rising, and then they'll have like some of their top songs. So it's like that collective
Yes.
umbrella. So it's like, oh, 88 Rising's playing here. It's like it's gonna be maybe like 3 people from there, or like Wu-Tang Clan, right? They all got their
Yeah.
own thing, but they all show up.
That's kind of what I
Almost like sponsorships in a way.
Yeah,
Like, but they help you get shows and stuff. But that's like
Yes.
the massive version of like what would be happening here too.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It would be cool though because you could even have like all those people are in the same band. But like you say, you have like these 4 people going in, right? And then they could play like you could sub in different people and get something different to get something like that they like. And you could even have like a sub name of the group and then the main group. It'd be kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of ideas with that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like anybody who works with me as far as like photographers or designers where like they work kind of through me in a way where it's like MisMatched.Socks they are a complete individual freelancer. So like my friend Jared, hey Jared, my friend Jared, he's like an independent freelance designer where he's just kind of advertising my website, but people go directly, like I don't see any of the money, I don't see any of the communication. It's just like Jared is an individual, but he collaborates with me in order for me to offer more things to people.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get some photographers in there too, and just like all these people take photos at all these events. Why don't we all post them under I mean, we don't have to post them all under one account, but we can all just, I don't know. Somehow I want to work in people where I can tag you. I'm providing advertising. You're providing me something else in return.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably like that 88 Rising works as well. Is
Yeah.
where like people in it are getting advertising as well.
Yeah.
But they're it's symbiotic in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can help people who like who aren't as big. They can get pulled up with everyone else.
Yeah.
Right. As well, like it really like even the people, like new people coming in. Give them more of an experience that they can go with. It's really cool. I think is awesome. I mean, it's kind of like there's all these like posts and stuff with like the music community around here. Like I know there's like someone always makes like a little post, has all the posters that's happening in the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah,
And like that's
undercurrents.
cool that it has around. But they don't have things like that for everyone.
Yeah, good old undercurrent.
Yeah.
Undercurrents.
You know, this is actually crazy to me. They started following me.
Let's go.
I started talking to this guy, like over kind of by the pit at Como Back Door. Just for the fucks of it, like why not talk to somebody? Turns out it was the guy running like the cameras for like undercurrent. Like he was, an undercurrent guy. Now they follow me.
That's awesome.
That's
We
awesome.
couldn't even get them to follow us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Follow us, please. No.
I can't sleep.
Right
I
now.
can't sleep. Follow us.
No, but that all stuff just happens with time.
Yeah.
It's like you just gotta keep doing your thing, and if people like it, they'll stick with you, and if not, they won't, and that's okay. Actually, I think we were talking about this before, but it's like right now, like a lot of the people who come to the shows are like our friends, are like really close people who are close to us, right? And that's great. I love their support, right? But what we want to find is people who love the music, the people who are coming there just for the music, right? They don't know who we are, they don't care, they just want to hear the music that we make, and that's what they love about it. Like those diehard people who just love that sound. And getting those people to come to shows. Because, like, then it's like, you can make anything that you want, right?
Yeah.
Anything that comes out of your noggin or the group, like, everything, bring it all together, those are the people that are going to be, like, coming to the shows, putting it out there, posting on Instagram. I know you talked a lot about this, too.
Yeah, it's just when you get older as a band, and we're not old at all, right? We are so young, but it's like I think this would be like just theorizing. It's like you actually get fans, right? So that people kind of feel obligated to come to your shows. It's like my friends like the music, they have fun, but it's like a random stranger who like follows you and is like, oh, they're having a show in Como on this weekend. I'm gonna get off of work, go to that show. I haven't even met anyone in the band.
Yeah.
That's something different. I don't know when that happens. I think it just does.
It just happens.
I want it too, because that's awesome. Because I love.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Stranger comes we played at Doghouse about a month or two ago. Killer show. It was awesome.
Probably the best show we've ever played.
Probably best show we played. There were a lot of people, and then you just have strangers coming up, just saying like, "Dude, you know this one song, that one song."
Yeah.
And it's like they're just like, "You got a fan now." And it's like that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know you. You don't even know the guy I know here. It's like that's a really cool thing.
Well, you got. I was kind of breaking this down maybe with Henry last night or somebody. I don't know. You kind of got two groups of people. Well, you got three. You got the people that are showing up because they know somebody in the band. You got the people that are just the regulars, like the venue owners or like me.
Yeah.
And then you got the strangers as well. But I think like there is a point where. You reach a point where it's people just finding you and liking what you do and deciding to follow. Like, I guess for example, like I like Kill Tony, like the show.
Yeah.
And that was just something that I found like out of nowhere. Like it's just kind of a fluke that I came across it and I was immediately hooked on it.
Mm-hmm.
And like that can happen with you one day, or that can happen with me one day, where somebody just sees the episode on YouTube, clicks on it, and is like, "Whoa, I like that a lot."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that'll happen with time. It'll keep working there, and that's just also like all that takes is getting more people and the right people to see your content
Mm-hmm.
and see who you are.
Yeah.
I just gotta find more of the right people.
You just gotta go do it, right? There's
Yeah.
no rhyme or reason, no formula. You just gotta go do it.
And I mean, dude, like you're just starting this thing.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you're gonna have so much more stuff.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Like, I mean, you already said you got like 3 other bands coming in.
Yeah,
Right.
there's 4 recordings this week and then 4 shows being recorded
And on
this
top
week.
of that, like this is just an idea for you, but like don't even ask the band. Ask the venue managers to come in for podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Ask the lighting guys. Ask Henry to come in.
You're right.
Like ask everyone involved in this. Hear
Yeah.
all the the perspectives of this. Even just ask random fans if you see the same fan who comes in like every single time. Be like,
Imagine.
"What's your name?
Oh my
what
god,
are you doing?"
you're right.
Like
Yeah.
you could do so much with this, and if you want to get people who are really like involved and be like to look at your like social and be like, I like this band because of this reason, right? Let's say they go back and they just see this guy is named Tim and he's come to every single show since
Yeah.
2015,
Yeah.
right?
Local
like, what
legend.
is his thing,
Yeah.
And then listening to him, it gives people like, oh, like that's cool, like they care about their fans as much as they care about the artists and stuff.
That's a good point. Yeah, see, I try and get venue owners in. It was difficult. See, it was difficult with Como Crib just because they don't do much as a venue owner. They're just a space.
Yeah.
But I think Henry from Como Backdoor, that's a great option as well. I think the lighting guy is an audio guy. Like getting Bailey in here.
Yeah.
Great
But then
example.
he's in a band,
Yeah,
and he
exactly.
was in a band.
Yep.
And from what we've talked about, pretty
Yeah.
big,
Yeah.
so it's like everyone's got something to offer.
Exactly.
So
I like the idea of fans. There's that one guy that's always like in the pit, white t-shirt, he's got a little like fanny pack on. Every fucking show I've been to, he's there just like fucking the whole time.
man, there's this. I can't remember his name for the life of me because I've met him like 3 times.
Wait a minute. Do you know it's this little kid? It's like this little, I don't think he's a kid, but he's this little guy that just does the funniest fucking like walk through the mosh pit every time. Like I love the little guys. Like the little guys killing in the pit are the goofiest motherfuckers.
They're so awesome.
So goofy.
Dude, I saw a guy who's like 6'4" ducking because this guy's just
Yeah.
throwing
Punching
him.
up, yeah.
He's throwing up.
Last night, what was it? Fucking, what was his name? Mufasa or Mufan? Fuck.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
I know
about.
that guy.
He was awesome though.
Well, I just remember somebody was like, or he said like, "Oh, I'm worried about getting hurt or something, or like getting crushed by the bigger guy," and somebody else is like, "Dude, you're the biggest guy in this
Yeah,
pit.
you
You're
are
gonna
the
be
bigger
fine."
But yeah, it's like I see this one kid. He's here for school. I talked to him, and he's like, We saw him at Pink Place.
Mhm.
We saw him at our show. I saw him here, and we'll probably see him tonight.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
this is what he does. It's awesome.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and I ask him, I'm like, I asked the same question. I'm like, what are your bands you're really excited about? You know, and he'll tell you, and then boom, you got more bands to listen to.
That's a good point. Because some of the fans are actually the most connected people in this community too. There's some fans that know of like every show happening that night, and it's just because they're fans of the scene.
Yeah.
I got some people to talk
Yeah,
to.
you got more
Yeah, bro.
networking.
Oh,
You
we
got
got-
work tonight.
Yeah, what do we got? Maybe like 2 hours here, a little bit less before it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Not bad. Mm-hmm.
Just
All
write it
right.
out.
I guess.
Just write it out.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. You know, whenever we want to here.
Yeah. I mean,
Any other questions you got?
yeah, unless you got
Yeah.
dire things.
I mean, I guess just kind of normally what I do when I wrap up is you guys can shout out any shows, any socials, anything that you want to shout out, and then say who you are as well, and like just your name, whatever.
My name is AJ. I play guitar and sing with my buddy Eric. We have a show December 29th at Outtakes Bar and Grill in New Hope. Be there.
And I'm Jared Burnett. I play bass in the band. We also have an Instagram. Check us out on My Buddy Eric Official. We also got 2 songs up on Spotify and iTunes and all the other streaming services. As we have As Seen on TV and Who the Fuck is Eric.
Who the fuck is Eric is out.
Please check it out.
Listen to
It's
it.
been out for like a week now.
It's a good song.
It's a lot of fun. So we're gonna have some more coming out. So stay tuned for that.
Perfect. Well, it's been great having you guys.
Thanks
in
for
today.
having us,
Yeah,
man.
it's
This is
a lot
of
awesome.
course.
Really fun.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to the first shit, we're on the second one now. The second episode of the MisMatched.Socks Podcast. Yeah, follow us on Instagram and everything. Scan the fucking QR code on the TV. You know the whole deal. I'll cut out the F word there. Peace.